planning.
Yeah, planning.
Planning, the panic, the angst.
So I think we should try and rest here. I think we should use the question to get more information about what tasks we're going to do. So it has to do with either if we already know that to clear out the monastery, we need to cleanse all the shrines. We need to figure out what shrine, where all the shrines are and how to cleanse those shrines.
And
so like this one,
every time we've cleansed the shrine, we've gotten to talk to her.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that it was like this shrine was missing a head and we need to put the head back. We don't have no idea what the other shrines are going to be and what their issues are. Like, what if we have to perform a specific ritual for a specific shrine? Yeah, she might be the one that knows that.
They're probably on the other side that we haven't checked, right? Because we know the library is on the left. There's no shrine in there, probably. On the right, above where the monks were, we didn't go in there.
Yeah, but I saw 2 sword people in the window.
Yeah, it's on the left-hand side.
And that is also the left side.
But I don't want to call them hostiles. Let's call them neutrals.
I don't know.
They didn't attack us, but the reasonings for it is unclear. And that seems like a gamble to risk going into that room.
I think they're just looting,
They seem to be stuff up, putting stuff down.
Maybe they're as beat up as we are.
So that's what that's what I'm saying. We just this room, we board up this room with the shrine. We have the shrine here. Hopefully that can help us. That could protect us a little bit from the corruption. And we take a rest. Even if we don't take a full-on rest and get spell slots back, at least we rest a couple hours so we can get some treat runes in.
We did move the body, right? The bodies, the corpses that are not dead.
Into the corner.
So Fang moved them in the corner, but we can have Beetle move them into the other room.
I mean, that could be the only possible hang up. We take a long rest and all of a sudden they come back.
But that's what I'm saying. I just in case we can't get a long rest, we can at least wait an hour and then treat wounds. Wait another hour and treat wounds. At least get 3 hours of hanging out here and treating wounds.
God,
even if we don't
level 7, and let's ask her what we need to do to hit level 7.
Yeah,
then all of our spellcasters become expert spellcasters.
It's called get home.
We're in a way better.
You got to get outside your circle.
She says, to do that you must cleanse all the shrines, and do that. So I think what we should do is board up this room. Get the bodies out, board up the room with the materials that we got in the infirmary, close up the 2 doors, and try and hold out in here for a bit of a rest. If it doesn't work out and we can't get a long rest and get spell slots back, at least we get enough to get HP back. Because
that makes me feel more safe against a bunch of ghosts than being in a boarded up room.
Well, right now we haven't run into too many ghosts. It's been undead. Like they've had to open doors and stuff. Right?
Oh, you did. You weren't
there
there for a job.
Roaming.
You didn't encounter her.
Yeah, but the frog was walking on the roof and stuff like that. From what we heard.
You didn't.
Not the one I saw. It was in the hallways.
You didn't fight her, Jobin, but you did. They did fight a woman who was a ghost who was able to summon, or at the very least, was assailed by ghost tigers.
Yes,
put her spirit to rest.
Her spirit was put to rest.
But that was one ghost, and how many undead? How many corporeal undead have we ran into, or Kukapi monsters that are corporeal? So everything else we've ran into had to use walk and use doors and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
The spider, Fang's mom, the sword people. The I don't know about this frog person you saw with the lady in the mouth. They had to use doors and stuff.
I think they're able to use doors.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. We lock ourselves in this room, take the material, door beds and stuff like that from the infirmary, bring them into here, board up the doors, and try and rest for at least see if we can rest. If we can't, then we at least have hours past that we can treat wounds on each other. And then the question that we ask is more about where the shrines are and how do we cleanse each shrine. Maybe we can ask a bigger question to get multiple answers in one question. Like, how do we cleanse each shrine? The remaining shrines. And maybe she can answer for all of them in one go. How's that sound?
Maybe. Yeah. Give it a shot.
Okay. I am going to say that it is time to start the session. You got your 15 minutes of pre-planning in, and I think it is time. Now, we won't have Katai tonight in any way, shape, or form. So, keeping that in mind, I am ready to continue. Oof. We've had a week to prepare, to think, and to process. But I would like to have a recap of what's happened in the monastery so far. You've spent 2 full sessions here now. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts, what's gone on, how you're planning to do things, and what your character's thoughts are in the role-playing question. Who would like to take that all-important recap for tonight? Anyone can roll me a d20. The highest will take it.
I meant to roll that as Jobin.
Thank you, Katai. Muffin, where are you? We're going to channel Katai and go ahead, Dom. Give me a recap of what's happened so far in the monastery, your plans, and what exactly is to be done.
Okay, so since we arrived, also previously on Season the Ghost, the Monastery chapter. Since we arrived at the monastery, we have a sense of a heavy veil of dread. The place is seems very. This does not seem like a good place to be. As we hesitantly tried to explore, we tried to avoid the center of the monastery and try and move around the outer ring of it. We went to investigate one of the many shrines that were set up around the gardens inside the monastery, and inside there a spirit was released from one of the shrines and attacked us. Turns out the spirit was the sister of one of the 2 sisters, one of the older sister of the 2 sisters that came up the monastery and were lost years ago. Through the confrontation, we were able to discover what sort of happened to her, and apparently she was assailed by tigers, or could summon tigers, something like that. So it was all blur for me. Either way, we were able to put her to rest, and we're able to, by giving her, I believe, the prayer breeds that the sister had, if I remember correctly. With that done, we decided to explore some more of the outer sides of the monastery, eventually making it towards the kitchens, where we ran into a suspicious bowl of food. Is not a good idea to do it. Either way, we continue in that area where we ran into a few undead monks that seemed to have wanted to partake in tea ceremony, and so we were able to get them to sort of fade away and rest by performing and brewing and making proper tea for them. With avoiding that encounter, we decided to double back a bit, and we saw that there was we saw glimpses of the Sensugi tree. It seemed to have a ginormous, gargantuan ogre spider inside of its in its treetops, clutching the head of a shrine to Pharasma, statue to Pharasma. As we went around to the back to the towards the sides where we met the spirit, we went through the door there and saw that there was a defiled shrine to Pharasma, the statue of her missing her head, tons of corpses splayed out around them. Inside this room was also some horrible looking creatures that seemed to be all dead, but also alive, but maybe neither dying or living. Their limbs were all disjointed and corrupted and bent, and their bodies were leaking red butterflies. Obvious signs of Kugopti. We fought them as they made a front towards the St. Pachi and the cycle of Pharasma. And so we dispatched them. And they seemed to have been neither dead, alive, but just defeated. We decided to make it past there because knowing the layout of the monastery, next room was going to be the infirmary, and with all the battles that we've had so far, we wanted to see if we can find some respite there. Once we opened the door, there were some more undead monks who just wanted to do battle. They did not. There was no tea this time. And so they fought, and we fought, and it was a hard-fought battle. These monks began to pummel and punch and stun and stupefy as they fought, stealing people's breath. We were able to survive, though very badly bruised, and so we decided to take some time to try and rest, at least an hour to recuperate. As we did, another creature. We've heard signs of a creature walking along the roof of the building we were in, as well as something else walking outside through the infirmary we just searched. They came towards the door, and it turns out to be a creature, also elongated and broken, showing signs of Kugopti corruption, wielding a broken blade and a listlessness about them. They didn't engage with us, but we were still shaken by the presence. After taking a moment to rest, we decided to do a little bit more exploring, trying to head towards the Tensugi tree to get the head of Pharasma so we can restore the shrine. We headed towards the Tsugi tree, and there we saw a undead kitsune messing up the tree, defiling it and hurting it, although in a odd manner. Once we engaged it, we did realize that the creature was an undead version of Fang's mother. After some deliberation, a fight broke out, and Fang, seeing that the tree was also struck by a corrupted-looking axe wedged in it, as we fought her and the spider on top of the tree, Fang went to remove the axe from the tree in hopes of, restoring the tree to some health. Something odd happened to him when he touched the axe, and he ended up using it to end to destroy his undead mother. With that, the head recovered from atop the tree. We headed back to the shrine, set it back upon it, and worked on our way to repairing the shrine. With the shrine repaired, the ghost spirit of the founder of the monastery reveals himself, poised to answer one of our questions with the limited amount of time they have.
All right. Thank you for the recap. Do you want a hero point or do you want a 1d6?
I'll take a hero point.
All right. Use it wisely, huh? Okay. And so you sit in front of the shrine of Pharasma, restored over an hour of breaking it down, the defilement, and restoring with magic the head. And as she stared upon you all, Pharasma represents the cycle of life, death, and judgment. And as you sit in front of the goddess of judgment herself, what is the biggest mistake your character has ever made that you hope and know that she may judge you for one day? I know that's a big one.
You
Would it-
really need to give us more time to think about these questions.
Oh dang! I did not want to roll a 20 for this.
Oh boy. Man, okay. All right. Does anyone else want to take the your biggest mistake your character has ever made? Going once,
Oh, that was a close one.
going twice. All right. Jobin, if you want to take it, you can. If you want to seat it downwards, you're also allowed to.
I did a recap, so we'll give it to Ross.
All right, Ross. Channeling the power of your own goddess. Looking upon her and her silvery eyes. Tell me, what is the biggest mistake Ross has ever made?
We're not perfect. Neither is Ross. He's had his share of stumbles, falls. But probably the one that he thinks most on is after Mother died. I didn't stand up to Father to try to fix our family. Instead, I left.
That is indeed a horrible mistake. I appreciate you. And for your valiancy, you can have a D4, and you get to point the finger at one other character or NPC to ask them this very question. I know it's tough.
Yeah, let's go with... Oh man, Masuki.
Old Man Matsuki. Wow. It's the biggest mistake that Old Man Mitsuki ever made. Would you want this to be like over the course of his life, or are you down for this to be what he believes recently it's what he's made?
Over the course of his life.
Okay. Old Man Mitsuki's biggest mistake. He believes was never making his way to become either governor or a monk. He is a man who spent too much time in his work, building his estate, building his title, that he never had time to actually change the lives of people around him. For all that he has built as a carpenter, even helping build the monastery that you stand within, he never could see the path of enlightenment through because of his indulgences of the flesh and drink. And now, an old man, he realizes he does not have much time left, and he believes he will not have a kind reincarnation through Sengpachi for all of his indulging in this life. All right. Thank you for your question to an NPC. And if you guys are ready, we'll head back into the monastery. As it were, you find yourselves in front of the wooden statue of the regal, powerful Pharasma, the Lady of Graves, who sits in a meditative pose atop her low dais, inscribed with the patterns of death and judgment. The bones, dead leaves, and chunks of flesh have been cleaved away. Her head staring down at you all. Through the cleansing of the shrine and your magic that you've flown through, Ross, your scarf billows. There is an undead presence around you that is all too apparent. You see silver grains of sand that have flowed into the top of the hourglass that begin to trickle down ever so slowly. And as you all look ahead, with the corpses of these creatures that have assailed you with sewn mouths and your own screams in their brains, and the undead monks who are broken and battered and cleaved, a haunted woman has been summoned forth through the eyes of Pharasma and her shrine. The woman is mournful, her eyes shedding ectoplasmic tears down her face, her body ravaged by cuts and bindings, undone in this very moment, if even for brief. You see Zi Hui, the founder of the Monastery of Tensugi, and some would say all of Willowshore. She looked forward towards you all, as though blinded by the light of the sun for a moment. Around this tattered, gloom-filled, smelled, disgusting monastery, she stares at you. And you know you do not have much time to ask her questions. As the hourglass begins to tick, and you stare up at her frame.
Just so see, we're okay with asking about the cleansing like how to cleanse each shrine.
Yeah,
The rest of the shrines.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's.
All right, Ross. This is Pharasma shrine, so
Founder, 2 shrines have been cleansed. Who knows how many more are here in this monastery? We need guidance on where to locate and how they should be cleansed, so this blight can be pushed back.
She looks down upon you as her robes flow in wind that does not exist.
The two remaining statues. Yes. They must be cleansed. In Feng's garden. And the stone tree. Only then may you access his grave.
The sand pours, funneling through. And as she stares at you, you have more time granted by Pharasma. She looks back. She sees her form beginning to fade. She speaks.
Thank you. It has been so long. You must keep going. This place is not safe. You will find no rest here. Do not fall asleep under his corruption. You will not awaken yourselves.
You have a chance. What do you say?
Guys, what do you want? Otherwise, I'll wing it. But we got our answer for other questions, so.
Fink's just gonna say,
Above
don't
table.
rest. If we don't rest and we don't recover, we'll fail.
You say that to her?
Yeah.
Okay. Her eyes move from Ross, who seems to have fixed her gaze, and upon that silvery light around his neck, and she looks listlessly as though she can't see you entirely, Feng. And she says,
Yes. No, you must. You must rest. Seek the hidden library. My friend, Yen Rui, she could not have fallen to corruption. I will reveal its entrance to you. Find it to the north.
her eyes go
Thank you.
wide.
Whatever you are.
Suddenly, you would watch as clawed tendrils of red roots rip through her stomach cavity, through her chest, and drag up to her neck and face. And as the last grain of sand falls, you hear her let out a horrific scream as her entire incorporeal form is ripped into shreds, and bloody ectoplasm smears the ground. And Pharasma's eyes dim.
All right.
Without Zihui's presence and the dim of Pharasma's shrine, the reminder of where you are settles in all too quickly. Whispers and screams begin to fill your ears. The gloom clings to the corners. You hear the creatures among the monastery yet again moving. The earth and the wood around you begins to bend and creak as though being pulled, churned, and coagulated. What do you do?
Sherman says, I think heard it also, that we might be able to find somewhere to rest in a secret library.
Yeah.
Do you,
If-
that room you saw, do you think that wasn't
was-
really secret, but
I mean, it had some bookshelves and stuff like that. Maybe I didn't get to see the whole room, but I did see two of those big guys with swords, broken swords.
What can we do to get through that next fight so that we can find this room?
Well, how's everybody? We can maybe try and hold up in here for an hour. We can treat our wounds. She mentioned falling asleep. As long as we don't fall asleep.
Joe, do you know how long we've been here?
I don't remember. You mentioned that it took us like an hour to fix the shrine.
It takes 10 minutes to perform the ritual.
Okay. We have 50 minutes. Or do we try to risk the hour, or do we just patch up quickly?
We'll patch up with what?
I could
think I can-
have a spell. I could heal a little bit of one of you. I think Katai has one.
I think a type battle medicine me.
Here's the katana.
Ugh, Bang winces. He says, "Don't touch the axe."
Yeah, we just use the basic action macro.
Okay.
Did it not go? Oh, there it is. Whew, close one.
Yeah, I was a little worried.
Mhm.
I saw that one. I was like,
Yeah.
oh boy.
16 HP for Fang.
Don't forget to drag your immunity on it.
She might as well take the boy to Jobin. If he's not.
Says I lack
Oh,
the
Jobin-
permissions to drag it onto me.
Jobin has not been treat wounded since the first time, so he can be treat wounded right now. Because he didn't get treat wounded the first time because he was already pretty high. And I said,
Okay.
just save it just in case I went down.
I guess I can treat you then? Or you want me to hold off?
I would say hold off.
I was
for now.
thinking she battle medicine you instead of treating wounds, since they're two different cooldowns.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, battle medicine
the
can also
battle
help me in the combat if I'm down.
Can you drag the battle medicine immunity onto me? It won't let me.
It won't let me do it to you either. I think it's busted.
Okay.
It is just creating an item.
Oh, it's probably because of the. Have you gone to 12 yet? Adamara?
Have I gone to 12?
Oh, I think you just select yourself and then click it. Don't drag it.
Because the macros, like on the hotbar macros on update, so when you go up a version, they replace everything, and you got to pull in all the macros if you're on 12 now. I'm not sure if you are.
We're not. We're still in 11. Or just quick insert it, I guess, Fang.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I wouldn't worry about it. It's 24 hours. It shouldn't be an issue.
Just make sure we remember.
Mm-hmm. There it is. It popped on.
Yep, I got it.
So you think I should get battle medicine then to see if I can get the full?
No, I think you should just get medicined, and I think we should try to wait 1 hour and then go north.
Up to you, Jobin. Whatever. If you don't want to be treated, that's fine. We can hold off.
Technically, it's 50 minutes.
Well, it'll be an hour for Jobin if we get treated right now. So are we gonna try and wait an hour?
I am in favor.
I'm down.
I'm okay with attempting. If something shows
Okay.
up during the hour, we can always leave early.
All right. So then in that case, I'll treat wounds myself. Then I'll have so I help Kadai treat wounds Jobin.
Okay. You begin to
I'm
wait an
gonna try to
hour.
spend 10 minutes to refill.
You won't take any of the healing yet. An hour must. Or did you already? Have you not treated?
Jobin has not been treated wounds since the last time.
Okay, you're gonna try to take 10 minutes in this room.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you like to do too, Faye?
Refocus.
Okay, you will start refocusing. Zian, are you doing anything on the 10 minutes?
Preparing.
Give me a perception check. Ross, what about you?
Come over to this door and listen for the frog.
Give me a perception check. Okay. You begin to wait your time. You hear the strange sounds of fluttering and liquefied butterflies that flow from the 3 corpses in the side of the room. You wait, and you begin to treat the wounds on Jobin. You wait and you pray that you will be in a better condition before moving forward. Five minutes passes in the silence where whispers purse at your character's ears and screams fill the distance of the monastery. But eventually, something tangible hits all of your ears. A great metallic gong from the center of the monastery is struck. Its reverberations flow all the way into the walls here. The wind shudders. Each of you go on edge for a moment and hold your breath, for you hear a voice, distant. But for one of you, Ziyin, the words come through clear. And it's perhaps not something you expect to hear.
Dinner time.
Before things begin to move amongst the monastery, doors begin to close. Movement begins to grow abound. You hear scuttling from shadows, from different pieces of the small shrines, the courtyard. From the center, you hear doors open and close, quickly and erratically. You hear small bits of laughter from the top of even the roof of where you're sitting. And then the scratches fade. What do you do?
What was that? Joe will say, like, talking to Cian and Ross, who were like listening out. He was, busy getting treated. What was that?
He'll hold his finger up over his mouth, and he'll kind of... Can you tell which direction it's coming from?
It came from the center of the monastery, and it sounds like all of the movement that came from it headed towards the northeast.
You should go southeast, because there's some pretty decent cooking over there. He will whisper, I guess, to Jobin. The giant is moving, looking for something to eat.
The what? The giant?
Can you not hear the huge stomping footsteps?
Can I hear all that stuff?
You've heard them on the outside. You heard them
Okay.
towards the middle. It sounded like something quite large, indeed, was moving and spoke.
Hmm. If whatever's going towards the middle, maybe that means the route to the library might be clear.
Yeah,
You think we should try and make the?
that's the kind of gumption I like.
I don't know. We don't have eyes on it. No windows here.
5 minutes. You guys sit quiet, and I will allow you to take your 5 minutes to get that 14 HP, Jobin, as you discuss.
Somebody want to pop that one of those flowers that gives 5 hit points over 10 minutes in a burst?
I mean, I could have. Yeah, if you had mentioned it, I could have did that. Since we're spending 10 minutes. I have it on me.
What? Alright. Ross has a very bad idea. We need to find the secret room to the library. But we don't all need to get caught. I'll go out ahead. I'll use this potion. And I'll see if I can find the room.
If anybody should do that, it should probably be Fang in his fox form, right? Open the doors.
Courage check.
Yeah, I don't think his fox
Or
can
see
open
in.
doors.
No, I can manipulate a door. I'll do it.
Well, actually, let me double check something.
And there's no need for you to leave Beetle.
I'm actually better off, I think, outside of my fox room now that we're higher level.
I mean,
I have a plus 12.
Yeah, mine's a 10.
Mushi could go as well.
I mean, you guys know more about these creatures. Can they see invisible things?
Thinking about when we saw the big guy with the broken sword.
I mean, they don't even have eyes. They have like cages on their.
From what we learned about the Napor bows, they didn't have faces either, and they saw with sound. So I don't know if it's the same thing with these guys. They were all followers of Kugopti, though they didn't have the red butterflies coming off of them. The people with the cages for heads, they seem to have be able to work in darkness as well. So they probably don't see with light. So I don't know if that's going to work. Maybe. I'm not sure.
Being a Pathfinder nerd, it doesn't
Whichever
have
one of
the
us-
visual trait. You're just straight up undetected.
I think
So-
our best bet is to just try and go together. Right now that we have this free time, this time where they're supposed to be all heading towards the middle.
Well,
See if I can find this room.
how about this? Why don't I drink the invisibility potion and I'll just lead the way and I'll create like little sparks if it's safe. Or if I need to attack.
I mean, you're gonna go and lead the way with Beetle?
No, Beetle can hang back. He's got his own burden. And Fang gestures to the wrap the body.
Also, Fane, you're really hurt though.
Yeah, but I rolled a 31 on my courage check, so I'm out.
Alright, well, probably looking for some sort of room that's off of this main chute to the north. I have books in it. And large enough for all of us to squeeze in it.
I say we all go together. Someone has the potion in hand. If they see something, they drink it. Whoever's leading us, and then we run. But I'd rather not. That could be useful as an escape. If somebody's hurt really bad.
Do you, by any chance, have what's it called? Wizard messagery?
Wizard what?
You get the message spell? The cantrip?
Oh, I didn't. It's not prepared today.
Okay.
I'm coming in a bit quiet, Darby.
We don't have much time, so I think we need to make a decision. I'm. It's also a library. How good are you at being not seen?
Here we go. Plus, I mean, I'm pretty used to, eavesdropping on people in Willowshore without them knowing. Got practice.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll let Fang lead the way and fall behind him.
Here,
If he gets hairy, he can drink the potion and make his best judgment.
All right. Let's all move forward, avoiding notice, and head towards there. And Fang can keep a hideout.
All right, Fang is gonna still go into his fox form because he's smaller and harder to see.
Okay.
He's gonna be holding the invisibility potion in his mouth, ready to turn his head up if need be.
Okay. You'll dangle with the fluids that are very clear and catching on the tips of your teeth every time you pounce. And paw your way forward. And so you guys move into the infirmary. The shredded cots and tables and chairs and whatever this could have been for recovery after a long path of enlightenment is nothing. Do you bring Beetle?
Beetle is stealthing behind with everyone else. He is an expert, so everyone could follow the expert if we are in exploration.
You are in exploration.
Yeah, I'm changing my inspiration action to follow expert or avoid notice.
Okay. I will need your avoid notice checks.
Right.
Whoever needs to roll, of course.
Oh, you can roll the avoid notice. I just rolled hide.
Okay.
How do you roll the check when you avoid
yeah,
notice?
Yeah, I thought it was supposed to go be secret. So I'll do it again.
If mine is not good, I would consider re-rolling it with a point of heroism.
I'd leave it.
Okay.
I would be willing to re-roll mines if I need it.
I would.
Here's the
Should be this side.
I forced you to re-roll, Jobin.
my GM roll.
It should have counted your hero point, did it?
Oh, and Katais.
And guitars. And how does follow the expert work?
So if you're following the expert, you use their proficiency bonus for
is
your
plus
roll,
10.
if I believe correctly.
So they have plus
see.
10.
So then you would re-rolling with a plus. Let me just double check.
I've got it.
Follow the expert.
I'm just going through and marking it. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay, so you roll it like if you were trained, not with just their bonus.
And then
so
you get
if they're an expert, you roll it with like if you were trained.
and
If
plus
they're
2.
if they're a master, well, no, you just roll it as if you add your level plus their if they're an expert, you get a plus 2.
Mhm.
If they're a master, you get a plus 3.
Mhm.
So say his is a 10, and we're going to be rolling it with what level are we?
6.
6.
6.
So it'll be a plus 8. Everybody gets if they're following an expert, they get a plus 8.
Beetle stealth is a plus 12.
So unless yours is higher, then we don't count
Yeah.
it.
So unless you have a higher than plus 12 plus 8, then you may want to just roll it yourself instead of follow the expert.
Sounds good. All right. Together, quietly, you move forward. Fang, you quietly pat your paws across stone that is congealed and leaves sticky residue in between your paws no matter where you step, whether congealed blood or uncleaned stone floors after years and years of neglect. You move forward.
Ty will be following the expert. Just here's their roll.
Okay. Noted. That one takes a plus 8.
Yeah.
All right. And yet moving forward, you hear scuttling through the distance in the gardens, but they grow, again, distant. Fang, you find yourself at one of the new doors, which you can see is battered, broken, beaten, and you can peer through with your eye to see an unfilled hallway. It is seemingly safe.
Can you move Beetle along? I can't see through him, so I can't like move
I sure
when
can.
I'm this far ahead. Alright, Fing's gonna get to this door, he's gonna take a big gulp, and then he's gonna solid snake it.
So
And just crack it open and peer in.
does that mean you're drinking the healing potion when you say you're taking a big gulp, or are you just...
No.
Sounds good. Give me that opening then. Entering inside, you see the walls of this library have been charred black, and the tatters of burnt and ash-grayed shelves drip dirty with rainwater onto the floor, where the roof has entirely caved in. Books and scrolls have been shredded to pieces, and all of the furniture in here has been overturned and destroyed. All of the information of the library has been destroyed. And yet, two lumbering figures, horrifyingly large, bulging, with blades in hand, move about, overturning whatever scraps of things they can find, raising them up close into their caged heads, and then crushing them in their grip. But through that all, with your high perception, Fang, you see something. In the very distance, a small, dim glow.
Does it seem like they noticed me at all?
No. They just seem to peer at ruined pages before discarding or staring into the distance. Make me a will save for being so close to it. Okay. You feel odd. You're unaffected by it. But when you get close to these creatures, your mind begins to be filled with listless wind. Like you're walking through gardens and you forget why you came here. Why you're here, what you're doing. But you snap through it, clenching with your teeth on the glass and pushing forward.
Okay. I'm gonna softly close the door back. I'm gonna revert to my normal shape.
Okay.
I'm gonna whisper to Jobin, they're all there, guys, with the broken blade and broken blade's brother, broken sword.
Okay. Well,
But they didn't notice me. Maybe they don't notice us, but I saw something at the end of the library. I saw like a light, like it was giving me a sign. That's where we need to go.
see, maybe a sneak past them.
We could try. But Ty's
I'll
kind
relay
of
that
loud.
back to CN.
Ian's looking pretty exhausted, and I think the stress of this place is kind of getting to him, Jobin.
Oh, we're almost there, hopefully.
Just nods.
Take a back roll. This one, we might be able to get through. We'll see. All right, Fang.
Am I leading? Okay, let's do it.
I'm pretty good at being unnoticed when it comes to looking at stuff. So I'll work with you.
Fang is going to step into the room quietly,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and I'm going to keep moving unless you tell me to stop. Okay?
Yeah. You see them looking at ruined pages, peering, looking about, dropping it, grabbing something else, staring. Butterflies begin to flutter on your form. You feel strange. You feel touched, despite their hands being nowhere near you. You move to the door. And Fang, as you move up right beside it, you turn your head to look at the glow. And Jobin, in horror, across from the way, you watch as this thing's mangled, twisted, broken hand grabs Fang by the back of the neck, and its claw elongates over the top of his head and behind his ears. And you hear a voice speak to you, Fang. Disembodied from its cage head. Do you remember? What was here? Do you remember who was here?
I know we're looking for a book. It might be over there.
Give me a deception check. Would you like to add anything to that?
Looks like you still have an orange on you.
Yeah, but I'm not very hopeful. I mean,
It's an ID dice.
It'd be a 4.
Ooh, 21.
Um. mm. Yeah, I think that's what I got.
We're leaving it at 21. No hero point, no nothing. I'm curious.
Why do you pressure me like this?
It's
No, it's worse.
So it's a 20. It's a 20 because you have the 1.
Mournfully, the creature you hear fluttered butterflies begin to shake in the caged head. If you don't remember, why lie?
Wait, no. Oh wait, it's too late for that.
You see shards of a broken blade begin to rest on the shoulders of your neck.
Do you remember what was here?
There's a pause. No. Perhaps your dying scream will reveal the truth.
I don't think that's likely.
Do you remember?
No.
Make me a diplomacy check. Bonuses, hero points, anything like that? Just curious.
Dude, it's the session just started, man.
I'm just curious.
This is a critical moment.
Go for it.
Oh my.
All right.
Give me that extra roll.
It's
You got 2 of them.
Two more.
2 more and take the highest.
Oh, come
20.
on.
No, it's not that
I don't want
one.
to be doomed one.
And
Okay,
26. Okay. You feel your mind beginning to be lulled. You feel your head begin to be emptied. You feel lost for a moment as this thing's hand rests on you. Let me help you. Remember? You all watch as a cloud of butterflies flow from its body, each of which begins to flow towards Fang, flowing into his ears, into his eyes, into his mouth. Make me a will save.
Oh no!
Hmm.
I'm all out of hero points, guys. So
Yeah.
This might be time to abort.
I'm gonna drink the potion.
Hopefully you can after whatever this effect is.
You feel the grip on your head disappear. You feel your head begin to lull. Your mind begin to become estranged. Every butterfly that flows into your head, Fang, every piece that he has put into you, they're different. They're shards, broken, unfettered, and incomplete. memories. But none of them are full, none of them are finished. They're just false. Pieces of a scattered dream. And at the end of it, you stand there, listless, filled with elation, numbness, dreams. You're confused. You're stupefied. And you have no idea where you are. And for now, you are no longer in the session. Your character sits there and stares. What do the rest of you do?
So from what we saw, this hand came over, grabbed Fang's head, and then
Spoke
you
to
know, like we were we able to hear them speak,
Oh,
or was that
yes.
through? Oh, okay. So if we heard him speaking, then I would have turned around and said, "They got Fang," and then
Yeah, they got him.
we gotta save him, or we gotta. What are we gonna do? What do we do?
This is the moment for recall knowledge.
All right. I mean, yeah. Can I have an idea of what just happened to Fang? I recall now. See if I understand what just happened to Fang.
You made me recall knowledge. You're not sure. Neither of you.
All right.
These things are wholly unknown to you. You don't know what their powers are. You don't know what they're doing. You don't even know what they are. Where they came from. It's hard to even begin on what they could have done to Fang. But Fang just seems to have a hand out and is looking at the wall, staring forward.
We at least have to go grab him. All right. Are we doing this?
Oh, man. Let's get everyone if we're doing this. Don't let them touch you. Could I see in? It's gone horribly long.
Ross, they're slowed. I think I can get them to chase me.
Are they slowed?
I don't
See,
remember.
when Cian
It's-
sat next to the wall when they were walking by, they were moving very slowly and listlessly, like they were confused. Kind of much like Fang is now. I could probably
That was
lure
also
them away,
that was also on us as well.
Well,
and I'm not going to let them get that close.
try not to run into anything else.
I think we should stay together.
I look back. My recall knowledge, was it successful?
No, it was not.
Joven, I think touched Fang, and he's gone. I don't know if it would touch us, and we'd also be gone. It's a big risk.
I mean, and you're saying it's a lesser risk than to have Cian run along by himself?
They just gotta get past us, and then we can book it for Fang, and I don't know, swap at him.
And then what? What happens to Cian?
Cian, you lead them to the infirmary, dip through the shrine, and then come back to us by going through the garden.
And what if they grab Cian?
They won't.
I know Cian's fast.
During this conversation, Cian gets his flute out, puts his sword and shield away. And I need to get them in line of sight. Hey, there they are.
I feel like Ty would want to just run in there and grab them.
It's a good thing Katai's not here.
That's right. We blind her.
We'll save both of them.
We'll
Die.
save for
Corner.
you.
I pull Katai around the corner.
For me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did it roll?
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
You're able to push through it, but you are slowed during this performance, if that affects anything for you.
Reduces the action.
Mm-hmm. Just for being this close to them. You feel your mind being addled and pulled away. You have trouble remembering what you want to do, what you're supposed to be doing. And you'll need to be slowed for your next turn. You're going to do a will save on both of them?
Yep, I can target both.
Okay. This is a will save, right?
Yeah, it's under fascinating performance.
Oh, you do a performance against their will DC.
Ah.
I'll get there someday. Performance. Where you at? Perform. Hey, I'll take that.
32. That is a success.
And they're likely to share stories of your ability.
You hear
Push
as you
it.
begin to blow through the flute, the song. Both of their head and cages and bodies turn, dropping the pages that they had, and they stare. And they begin to wander towards you. What kind of song are you playing for them?
You remember that mocking tune that I played for the Butcher in Willowshore?
I do.
Something very similar, but it's got a little bit of Fang's tune in it.
Okay. They walk to here, wandering towards you.
Start moving away if I'm able to.
You are. You just slowed one. They speak to you. Do you remember? And they continue.
Remind me what I should be remembering.
They begin to follow you, reaching out with long arms, staring, listening to your performance. Give me another performance check to keep them distracted.
On their picture, their sword arm is hidden. Is it skinny like the other one, or is it normal sized?
The actual forearm is skinny. The hands are still normal sized. They're both extremely long. You feel like you are well within their reach at the moment.
Sure.
They continue wandering, not engaging in combat, just listening. Who was here? Who are you? They turn the corner.
I guess we sneak around the corner, I'm assuming.
Another performance from Museum. And also a will save. I'll see if you get better or worse. Okay. Again, you feel your mind addled and you are slowed as you begin to move. It's at about this point right here where Zian, you start playing a different song. Your mind almost skips something as though you forget that you're playing a mocking tune, and instead you can't help yourself. What song do you think you play? Is it the song of the woman who is burnt to death? Was it the song that you play in the marketplace, hoping that she hears it? Is it a song that you play to remind your sister to fall asleep on cold endless nights when she was younger?
What's the most inappropriate thing right now? Just a happy little
Christmas
ditty.
songs.
Christmas songs, hell yeah. Long night celebration
A
song.
long night celebration song? Okay. As soon as you turn into an upbeat song, a whistle that kind of moves through, you break it, they both snap, and you hear them say, "We remember. We remember." And they begin to move forward angrily. On the other side of the monastery, the four of you and Beetle move up towards Fang. Fang, you sit there, you stare at the wall, you look at this library. You see a bookshelf that's outlined with a beautiful hue that Zi Hui also shined. A revealing safe haven. Perhaps even a hidden library full of information. But Fang, you don't know what you're here for. You don't know why you're here. You don't know who you are. All you remember is being stuck in a smog, in a smoke, being forced day in, day out, as the sound of your father and his hopes weigh on your shoulders. The clang and the clang and the clang. And as your father and his own dreams move towards you, Ross, Jobin, Katai, even Beetle moves up to you. Fang, I assume, Ross, you place a hand on his shoulder?
Yeah, I grab Fang and Fang, come to yourself. What's wrong?
Fang, you look at them. And you remember that they're your enemies. And I'll also roll the four of you into initiative. Okay. Bang. My question for you. More actually, Remy. Are you comfortable with fighting the party?
I'm almost TPK'd my whole party before.
You're down?
Yeah, I mean, good luck to them.
Okay. Sounds good. You're going last, luckily, but the first that would go first is this creature. Ziyin. You move away as fast as you can, but you trip on your own footsteps, you trip on your own song, you're unsure what it was you were playing for, why, who you were playing for, and suddenly you're walking backwards into a long night with the beautiful lanterns that you handmade or helped watch over others make as you looked into the sky. And by the time that you realize what's going on, as your mind is addled, This creature is squeezing its way into the doorway. It will stride twice to get within melee of you, moving at high speeds. As it lumbers forward with a swollen belly full of butterflies that leaks through every wound, shagged cape made of straw that shudders with butterflies, and a blade that breaks on the door and reforms, gathering shards behind it as it moves into melee with you. And it will strike. $35 to hit.
I think we lost Ian.
Bring it on.
$37 damage. As you walk backwards, suddenly forgetting the presence of this creature, you are struck. The blade breaks as its shards hit you across the stomach, hip, chest, and back, riddling your body and mind. Being hit by this broken katana isn't just affecting your flesh. Immediately your head begins to race with everything you've done, everything you were here for, and you realize what you had forgotten. You take your 37 damage, and you hit the ground. Roll me a recovery check.
I'd actually be
he
moved
moves
ahead
to
of
the-
him.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, he moved. Yeah, he moved right before them.
there you go. Ross. Fang looks at you. Fang, do you want to describe to me in whatever flavor you want, after the descriptions that I've given, what he looks like?
I mean, Ross has seen Fang look like this several times, just never towards him. The lightning crackles in his hand, and the hair stands up on the back of his neck. And you can tell he's ready to... He's looking right at you.
Ugh. Fang, you gotta snap out of it. What are you doing? Put the hand down. I'll slap you. I'll use that, what was it?
A D.
Expiration?
Yo, you mean the D4 from?
Yeah, the D4. Yes.
Doing the roleplay question.
Rope question. That's what it was. Yes.
Does a 24 hit you, Fang?
Yeah, it does.
Perfect. Roll damage. All right, 5 damage is dealt to you. As are you socking him across the face or smacking him? Are you open palm?
Yeah, open palm. I'm hoping to snap out of him.
All right, Fang, you get your check. Nope. Fang, you just got smacked.
He needs to go.
All right. Well, backhand you.
Yep. Hit the
That
snoot.
hits.
You've got your flat check up there. Nope.
And, well, seeing you crackling, I know what comes next. We're gonna stride. And, I'm gonna call to Jobin. Take cover.
Speaking of which, Jobin, what do you do?
All right, I want to, looking at what's happening to Fang and how he's like being hostile towards us. I want to see if this is something that's magically controlling him. So I'm trying to recall knowledge to see if that's the case. And what I'm looking for to see if maybe a dispel magic might work on something like this.
Yeah, go for it.
Recall knowledge.
What would you like to know about it?
I would like to know if a casting of dispel magic might be helpful in getting whatever is altering his mind or making him hostile towards his friends, if possible.
You saw what happened. You saw the cloud of red butterflies move in. You've seen them drift away from these creatures. You realize that whatever these things have done, they've likely implanted some sort of falseness into his mind. You get the feeling he doesn't remember where he is or what he's doing or whose memories he has at the moment. This does seem to be a mental, emotional, occult, and concentrate ability.
Okay, so cult means it might be magical. So maybe it could be counteracted with dispel magic. At least that's going on in Jobin's head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, he'll tell Katai, I think he's being controlled by magic. You might need to see if you can dispel it. He'll use his next action to step up. Seeing Ross try and do something, Jobin will come up and also shake him awake, see if he can help before Katai goes.
As Jobin steps in front of Fang, you see a smile creep across his face. The electricity pulses louder. His favored enemy has stood before him.
See here. Oof. All right. Try again. All right. I do have a D4.
Roll it.
So we'll try it.
Does a 22 hit?
Yep.
Okay. As you grin with your teeth out and a big smile, roll me that flat check. Do you want me to provoke it for you?
I've got it.
Okay. Okay. Nope.
Take 1 damage. All right. It's Jobin's turn.
All right.
Snap out of it.
Katai.
All right. She is going to cast spell magic. Oh no, she's no. Oof. All right. Targeting thing.
Okay. That's a super high check. Counteract an affliction. Okay. It's a spell.
So if their level is if half their level is 4 or higher, this just doesn't work at all. If and then the DC would be whatever the DC Fang had to fail to get this thing on him.
Okay. Half.
If it's counteractable at all.
I'm trying to think on how I can tell if something's counteractable.
Usually if it's magic and has like occultism, primal, or anything like that on it, it can be counteracted. Like a poison usually doesn't have that, and that way you couldn't counteract it with the spell magic.
It says right here, it is bizarre and ephemeral mysteries. It is magical. The occult tech. So yes. Katai isn't here, so I will take the description. Katai is going to reach out and kind of grab the blade. Reaching out, drawing, and slashing forward. You would see, as she points it forward towards Fang, red butterflies begin to be drawn from his ears and his eye sockets. You watch as out of his mouth he begins to cough, more of them as they pour out, and as each of them flutter out of your body, Fang, it begins to leave you. You begin to remember you standing up for yourself, wandering into the forest, the words of your mother, everything you've been through, raising Beetle, the mud baths. One by one, it becomes less this mangled pile of others and your own memories, and instead becomes one clear thorough line, one clear life. And as she draws them out of your body, she then flips the blade upwards and slashes. And a blood splatter scatters across the way that begins to smoke with red on the ground. And Feng, your mind is your own. Just before you could attack.
I'm very happy I didn't have lightning bolt.
That's good.
But yeah, Feng kind of like grabs his face, shaking his head. He shocks himself a bit, and he's like, "What?
We gotta get to Cien,
Where is he?"
Side says. And then use their last action to stride this way.
Feng will use his reaction, having come back to his senses, to cast Propulsive Freeze on Katai and push her forward another 15 feet.
15 feet?
Yep.
All right, that's Katai's turn.
Okay. This one here, standing, hovering, curiously, looks down. And it will turn around. Striding. 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 Into the doorway. It does not seem to pay attention to you, as it sees all of you. It just seems to stare as though it is moving forward. It doesn't have any reaction to the sight of you. Feng.
Okay, but it looks like it's coming in here.
It does. It looks like it's coming back. The music has abruptly stopped.
Feng's pretty pissed. I'm not sure what you mean by music. Let me check the range of this. Okay. Let me see if I can. Okay. Feng is going to stride. I think I could do it. Here. Yeah, he was already charging in his hands. I'm a lightning bolt the thing.
Ooh. Okay. $24.
That's a success.
Yep. Then you roll me your damage. Ooh. High and low. It is struck by 9 damage as it is hit in the chest by a lightning bolt. And you watch as it scatters across him and dances like Tesla coils between the broken shards of the blade, as it suddenly stares forward and stands at attention, and it seems angry, as though it's going to rush in to fight.
Okay. But Beetle has an independent action. He's going to stride forward protectively in front of him. And that's my turn.
Zien, roll me a recovery check.
I'll use my ID die if it's close. Stabilized.
Stabilized. Okay.
That's my turn.
This creature just stares, looking down at you, before it begins to move forward and leave, picking up your flute before doing so, and walking away. Ross.
I'm gonna stride to the spot Fang was. Is there any indication that there's a door here?
There
Which
isn't.
we're looking for.
But as your hand begins to push there, Ross, you feel a connection. You can feel as though there is someone's ghostly hand reaching out for you. Do you grab it?
Yes.
Okay. Your bones emaciate, well, your skin emaciates to your bone as you reach forward and grasp. And Jobin, you watch as a solidified ghost energy was scattered. But with Ross's connection to the dead, it forms into a hand, and you watch as the door flings open. Revealing the interior to a library in an almost complete state, with a low table. And you hear from within a disembodied voice of a man.
Come, quickly. They will not follow you here. I will protect you.
What about Sid?
Oh no. Oh, Katai would never leave. Oh, alright, so stride and then interact. One action left. We will it's just too far. Yeah, we'll just Jobin doesn't have that yet, so we'll give you a guidance, Jobin.
Yeah.
I won't step over the threshold yet. I guess I call back up to Fang and Katai's like, I don't know where Cian is. Maybe he got around.
We gotta wait for him at least.
All right, that's my turn.
Ty will turn back. He says, "No one's getting left behind."
All right.
All right.
Jobin.
All right. How far away is Katai right now? 45. Okay. Jobin's gonna take stride over to here. And then he is going to drain bonnet familiar 3.
Mm-hmm.
So grabbing some ink from Mushi's form to empower his next spell. He's going to recast haste on Katai. All right. And that's his turn.
Okay. Katai.
All right. See here. She's going to begin casting Inner Radiant Torrent. 3 action. She's going to do the 2-round version. So she's going to begin casting it. And then with her hasted action, she's going to take a step back here.
Okay.
To line up. To line it up.
Sounds good. This one's going to approach. I believe that's this one's turn. Yes, it is.
Mhm,
It stomps forward excitedly. It goes to here. And it begins swinging at Katai with a elongated broken blade.
All right.
Mhm. Let's see. All right, it's got 2 actions to do so. It is going to swing both times. First strike. All right,
It hits.
32. This weapon has the unholy trait. Does Katai have any unholy vulnerability? I don't believe so, right?
No, I don't think she has any vulnerability to unholy unless they do just extra damage to holy stuff.
They do not.
Okay, so
All
no.
right, first attack is going to be a hit. 18 damage. Second
Right.
swing. 28.
Hits.
20 damage.
All
First slash
right.
pierces into her chest, and it runs it through the side. It then brings the blade backwards as it breaks, and the hilt is all that is left, before it will gather the shards from across the room and swing it down and hit her in the face. That'll be its 2 attacks. Fang, what do you do? Actually, first, Fang, you started your turn within close to them. I need you to roll me a will save against their aura. You will succeed. That is Beetle, so you gotta do both of you. Alright, you both are fine. You are unaffected. Continue. I think you're muted, but I think you're going for Tempest Surge.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. The clouds are gonna start to form around this creature. He's gonna be sparked continuously. Damn, it was so close to a fail.
It was. I'm sorry.
I would have loved for him to be clumsy too.
Okay, he's going to take half damage. Perfect. All right,
And
buddy.
then Beetle, I'm gonna use my last action to activate Beetle. Beetle's gonna move up. And Mandible.
Sounds good. 19 will
He
miss.
will miss, unfortunately. And that is our turn.
All right, top of the round is going to be Zian. Zian, as you lie on the ground, unconscious. What do you think about? Your mind returned to you. Your memories holding strong.
Thinks about this awful, awful thunderstorms that hit Willowshore. And the thunder that keeps him awake at night. And he's just sort of paralyzed.
As you lie
That's
there,
all.
scared, paralyzed, you hear a voice. A woman who does not belong in your memories. You do not need to be outside to be friends with the rain. You flicker your eyes open from where you are, and in the corner of your room in your house in Willowshore, you see the ghostly visage of Zihui. A smile on her face, and through the window behind her you see what the rain has brought. Forest and life. Over the Pharasma shrine, you do not see it, but she holds out her hand, desperately reaching through her face, and casts Heal on Zian, providing you with 35 HP and awakening you as you roll over to see her. She reaches out a hand and still has that valiant smile before you watch as something grips her and tears her apart. It seems as though she could help you from the shrine. But that is your turn. Okay. This creature will move forward, striding to go 30 feet, striding again to move into melee, into the closest position, here. And we'll begin to swing at Katai.
Hopefully she can survive this hit. No!
34.
Come on, low damage.
50 damage.
She's out.
Has she used her orc ability yet?
Oh, let me
I
check.
believe she did. I remember her doing some of the Kurobuzos. The undead ones.
Yeah, I think I remember her doing it on the monks. But
See it
all right.
Tab at the bottom.
All right.
Okay.
Rushing into the room with a backhanded slash, he watches the shards catch into her shoulder, chest, down to the arm, and send her into the ground in spatters of blood. Okay. As she takes 50 damage and hits the ground, dying.
And that's also a critical hit, so she's down, dying too.
Dying too. You hear a disembodied voice as the cage looks up to the rest of you. I remember you. Ross, you hear from inside the room. There is no time. Hide. What's your plan?
All right, we are reach.
I forgot to do Katai's hero points.
Her initiative would also be raised above the creature that knocked her down.
Yeah, the guy who just
Yeah.
put her down. Yeah.
2 action heal to Katai. Action 30 feet from the reach, so prevent 60.
$30
29 to
HP.
Katai. And then Fang. I will, at the end of my turn, use this card. Fang to get something. Twice my level in temp HP.
Okay.
You can throw it. Alright, told Jobin and Fang that gotta get Katai out of there. Get in this room.
Is Katai's anathema running away, right?
Leaving friends
Waiting
behind.
someone.
Oh yeah, there's okay. All right. Oh boy.
Maybe we should have left her unconscious.
Oh, there might be a little bit of tears later. Alright, that's my whole turn. That's 3 actions for that.
Jobin. Roll me
Alrighty.
a will save for being close to them.
Okay.
You might lose actions on your turn. You do. You're slowed 1.
Ooh, I'm gonna re-roll that with a hero point.
That's a success thanks to the Garden Shrine.
Whew.
Alright, you're unaffected by the aura.
All right, let me discard these things. Alrighty. I'm going to target the one that's in front of Katai, and we're gonna cast a roaring applause on it. Hopefully, they can be affected by mental stuff. We'll see.
Will save.
Mm-hmm.
Natural 1.
Critical failure. All right, critical failure. As critical failure, so they are slowed 1 and have to spend actions to applause on their turn. Critical failure also makes it so that they're also fascinated by me.
They focus on their attention on something distracting you from whatever is going on. They get a -2 to perception, and they can't use concentrate actions. That will actually shut down their manifestation of false memories that you saw before. Remember, if that's a concentrate ability.
Okay. So they also have, and then on their turn they have to use a manipulate action to applause.
Sounds good.
All right. So that means they only have 1 action on their turn.
Mm-hmm.
And this lasts how long? Have to sustain it. Okay. Alrighty. So that will be 2 actions. Last action. We'll back up.
Good call.
We'll make sure we're within 30 feet of Katai. Okay, right there.
All right. This one moves forward, ignoring Beetle, looking down, and then grabbing Katai by the mask. And you guys will watch as a cloud of butterflies begins to flow out from it. Fang, you are also within range. It's going to use its AoE, Manifest False Memories. You've been affected by this before as the butterflies begin to flow out and infect you all. I need a will save. From both Katai and Fang. Okay. Failure. The both of you are infested by the butterflies of this creature. You are stupefied.
Roll sorry. Oh, god dang it. Okay.
You are each stupefied and, yet again, confused. A reminder is that confused throws both of you off guard, and you attack wildly. You cannot determine anyone as your ally, as Fang, once again...
I said okay.
Mm-hmm. Both Katai and you are now enemies of the whole party and these creatures. All right.
Right.
Fang.
Okay, so how do you want me to determine who to attack?
Totally up to you. Who do you think is a threat at the moment? What do you think you'd want to do? Everyone's an enemy. You can see a caster behind you casting spells. I leave it up to you, but if you want to roll a 50-50 chance on who you go for, that's totally fine.
I mean, will odds and if you're gonna give me the option, I'm
Yeah.
gonna odds and even.
You
Odd,
got it.
it's a party member. Even, it's a enemy.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Jobin.
All right.
Well, actually, I'm surrounded by enemies.
Oh, I also
Oh, God.
forgot. Sorry, you're starting your turn within its aura, so you might actually not even have enough a lot of rounds or actions to hurt your party. So that might help. That's a failure. You are slowed 1, so you have 1 less action. You have problems
I
remembering where
think-
you are.
Fang being surrounded, he's going to scream.
Ten-foot
But I'm
emanation.
unable to.
Oh, the stupefied will shut you down. Okay, you go to scream, but you cannot remember how to call the wind. You forget the wind. You feel smog and heat and smoke pour into your mind, and you forget the howl of the wind, even for a moment.
Beetle has an independent action. I can't see him. Can I get sight through Beetle? Would you be okay with that?
I turned it off while you weren't here so that it helped with the map. I can put it back on. There you go. Beetle also needs to roll a wisdom save. Actually, no. Behind a... Nope, this one's right there. They both have the aura.
This one's does the concentration effect mess up their
Not their auras, no.
this one? Okay.
Their auras
so you
are...
wanna
Yeah. Against
roll
being
will.
slowed, yeah. Beetle's good. You can have the actions in the turn as necessary.
Alright, he only has 1 action. He's going to straight up here.
Sounds good. Alright. Zien. The voice dissipates. Zihui is banished again. What do you do?
First thing that goes through his head is he's like, Granny, huh? Because I'm pretty sure she said that to him at some point. You don't have to answer that. He will use his first action to stand up. Is leaning an action?
No.
I think actually it is. There's actually a lean action. But
I looked for it. I looked for it. I couldn't find one.
Are you wondering like if there's enemies in the next room?
Yeah, I just want to poke my head and see if there's anything in that line of sight.
You hear only combat way off in the library.
Oh, okay. So they're way up there.
Mm.
Well, second action is will move. Holy shit, you guys are way up there. And third action is he will move again.
Alright, sounds good.
That's his turn.
Alright. Kitai. Kitai cannot decide friend or foe.
all right. They're surrounded by enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have their full action? Oh, well, I guess they need to do a
roll against their aura.
Yeah. It might just counteract the quicken.
Yes.
We'll see what, and it cancel each other out.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. All right.
Cancel the quicken.
Yeah.
Remember to pick
Oh.
the weapon.
All right. So no longer quickened. All right.
Thank you.
All right. She's going to interact, pick up the weapon, stand up, second action. All right. And then we'll roll a d3, one for Beetle, and then either 2 or
3 for the...
or 3. Yeah.
Two.
All right, 2. So it's this one.
The one that manifested the memories. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Oops.
Here it is. My goodness. Rolling so
Nothing.
bad right now. All right. That's all of her actions.
This one stares down, slowed, and begins to clap with long, broken hands. before it points at you, Jobin. It is going to use its last action on its turn. Yeah, I would go for Katai. Katai tried to hurt it. And they are holy, correct?
Yeah, if she sent it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sanctified.
They definitely seem to be focusing on Katai. Critical hit.
Okay. See the damage.
Sounds good. I don't think this kills, right? Because you're at wounded 1.
Yeah, she's at wounded 1. So at most it's gonna be dying 3.
36 damage.
Yeah, that takes her down.
It was a low roll. Okay. As it gets up, you watch as it claps with the hilt. It brings its arm upwards, reaching to the roof, and you watch as shards of a blade gather into one long stream, and it drives it down into Katai. Katai hits the ground as it extracts the hilt, and the shards follow quickly after. Ross. They're not coming.
Did
They're
she
not
get
following.
a check against the confusion? For being hit?
The end of the turn, it goes away.
Okay.
Normal failure is, it's just gone after a turn. Same with Feng. I already knocked it off though. Yeah, Ross, I'm assuming you.
So stressful.
I know, Ross, you don't need to hear it, but you hear.
It's warded. I can protect you. We must seal the door. They will get.
Ties down, surrounded. Fang is confused.
No longer.
Crack.
I'm alright.
No longer confused.
Yeah.
Want to do a recall knowledge first?
What are you trying to recall knowledge?
What is this creature resistant to?
Resistance we're weak to.
Resistant.
Okay.
I don't need to know about weaknesses.
Unfortunately, with your roll, you do not know. I was curious on what you were rolling it on. The DC is too high for what you rolled.
Oh, alright.
They are, as far as you're aware, an extremely rare creature. If you want to use an ID dice, you are within range of ID dice.
I don't have an ID dice to use, so. It's a viewpoint. Alright.
Oh, it looks like Will gave me an ID dice
Yes,
Yep.
Will has given you an
Will-
ID
Will
dice.
saves.
for Will
Hopefully
save.
it
Oh,
will
Will for
save.
Will saves.
That's right. She got Ross.
Rousing splash. No, wait. Fang's already got Tim. Let's not do that. Jobin.
Can you get the key?
Rousing
Gotta
splash
figure a
and
way to get
Jobin.
tie up. I mean, if I can get Katai up, we need to get Cian over here too, so that she knows she's not leaving them behind. Alrighty. drag it on.
Jobin. You are within range.
Alrighty.
Make me a will save.
Okay.
Let's see how many actions you get on your turn. You are slowed 1.
Like.
As you begin
All
to
right.
forget why you're here, who you are,
Ooh.
before you snap out of it.
All right. Let me see here. I only have 2 actions left. I have to use one of them to sustain the roaring applause, so that he stays, with only 1 action. So I'm gonna do that. I got 1 action left. We'll stride back to here. And that'll be my turn.
Okay, you leave their aura. Your mind returns to you. This one is simply stupefied. I don't remember what from. If it should even be stupefied at this point. I think that was an accident.
Yeah.
Alright, it's gonna roll to see if it gets back its manifestation. It does. Actually, does that count? Because it rolls basically, it can't manifest again after until for 1d4 rounds. So is it saying?
So it's that many rounds of not having it.
Cool. So it doesn't have it
has
this
to-
turn.
yeah.
Perfect. All right.
Yeah.
It's going to slash towards Beetle and Fang. All right, Beetle. 1. 21.
Oh, that hits Beetle.
24 damage. And then on you. 29.
That hits.
15.
Oh, I'm still up. Thanks to that 10 HP.
And then another hit on you.
Oh no.
28.
That
With map
hits.
10.
Oh. God dang it.
Another 18 damage. They're rolling relatively low. You're getting lucky.
I'm unconscious.
I see. Alright. My bad. Alright. You will hit the
Who's
ground
up?
unconscious. Move is up.
Initiative.
I love having my turn completely skip.
Okay. And with that,
Well, on the bright
creatures-
side, you go before him now.
the creatures begin to encroach, attacking as they can. Zian, I'm going to have you have your turn quick here. And then we'll go for break.
Mr. GM, what are the walls made of?
Paper and wood.
Am I muted? Is he muted?
No,
I
we
think
hear you.
He's muted.
Okay.
The usual Discord problem. Papers and wood. The best thing I can give you is the art from the encounter. Those are the walls on the left and right side. Do you see them? Completely made out of...
Yeah, for purposes of walking on them, which is boost work.
Yes. It is wood.
Okay, first action will be stride. Still don't see anybody. Jeez. Okay,
Don't
so
come,
you guys.
don't come around the corner.
Well, I kind of have to. Second action will be to stride.
When you enter, I need you to make a will save.
Okay. Can you flash? There you go. I have the worst will save in the party, guys.
And yet you succeed.
I know,
I'll take your
right?
kingdom.
Awesome. Okay. Tie's down. Fang is down. Woo! These guys are uninjured, right?
One of
Yeah,
them
pretty
took
much.
one hit.
I
of
hit this
113.
one twice.
This
Yeah,
was
Fane
barely.
did the damage.
Dang.
We need to get everybody up and running and into that room.
I'm
They
just
don't
gonna
seem to be able to react.
I'm
So
not gonna run by him. And third action will be stride.
hopefully Ross can pick them up.
Get Fang.
It's my turn.
All right. With that turn, the creatures push forward. I'm going to have Katai roll a recovery check.
Recovery.
Shit now. Dying 3.
Yeah, 3.
Dying
Alright, so
2.
Oh my god.
All right, she's dying 2. Oh no.
Just chill,
Wait,
bro.
Yeah. I pressed the wrong button.
And it'll move over to this creature's turn.
She still has a hero point left, so
Yeah.
if she gets to dying 5, I'll use the hero point to stabilize.
Okay.
We'll see.
This creature claps 3 times and then brings up its blade and swings at Beetle once.
No, not Beetle. Please. I'll never forgive you.
Critical hit.
Crit!
Oh, that's on. It thinks it's hitting Fang. It thinks it's hitting Fang. It thinks it's hitting Fang. 29.
It's 29.
Alright.
29 is not a crit.
Okay.
Max damage.
Oh my god.
I mean, he's still okay. He's still up.
All right. And
They have a way
Ross,
of healing both of them.
as you watch your party
If he heals
being
them.
cut down at the seams by their broken, ruinous blades, their minds being addled, and your bodies being destroyed, something new happens. As Katai and Fang lie dying there, you see the creatures are looming over them with their wicker cages excitedly. And you can see it, Ross. Your friends' souls. They've begun to leak from their bodies. Death being present in this room. And you're used to seeing them. Perhaps not your friends, but seeing spirits. But a horror hits you. Their arms begin to twitch excitedly. And the wicker cages and butterflies begin to look. And you realize these beings also are lusting after your friends' souls and grip their blades to finish them. And we'll go to break. Woof. All right, champs.
Guys,
I'll see you guys in 15 minutes.
I can only save one of you.
I'm going to this fucking 15-minute break screen with that. I'll see you guys
How many
in a
heals-
second.
What, you,
Without further ado, let's jump back into this horror show.
Ross sees Fang, sees Katai, Beetle down, Zian hopefully squinting down the side, lost sight of him. Reaches out to Fang.
wait a second. Hold on. Jobin has. Should I use this card? I can make it a rank 2 heal. You think it's worth it for a hero point? My last hero point.
How many? Oh.
Your last? Up to you. Your life.
All right. Well, we'll save it just in case.
Okay.
So D8 might just be a +1.
You see the spirits of your friends pulling from their body, enticed by the blades and mind-affecting effects of these creatures which you know nothing about. You bring out your hand, Ross, and you hover it over their bodies, envisioning their spirits, and from a reach, you're able to press them back down. And you choose Fang. And Fang, life returns to you, as you're brought back into the mortal coil. Your mind addled, but yours. What next?
I target that large one. I don't want to go check ranges before I goof this all up.
No worries.
Never mind, I don't do that.
Just walk in.
Oh. I can't see what happens next, and Ross steps in
Okay.
with a stride.
You see a skeleton. Sitting cushions. A skeleton slumped over the table, a writing quill in their hand, and an open book under their skull. You hear a disembodied voice from all corners.
Please. Sit. Aid them where you can. Do not return to the library.
And that's your turn. Jobin,
Yes, it is.
All right, sustain the applause,
sustain the applause.
and then I'm going to cast another spell, revealing light.
Ooh.
There.
They will roll reflex saves. $25 and 22.
All right, they're under effect of revealing light for 2 rounds each, so they're dazzled, and they can't be concealed.
Okay.
All right, that's my turn.
Very well. No other action to take?
Oh shoot, wait a second.
Mhm.
Hold on. I think, does Mushi have independent right now? Let me just check Mushi. Oh, he does. Okay. Okay, we'll that will end my turn for right now.
Bang.
The light comes back to Fang's eyes. He looks over. He sees Katai on the ground, but Beetle, Beat and Bruce bleeding. He's going to stand up. He's going to mount Beetle.
Mhm.
Oh, I think I need to roll a will save, by the way.
You do.
Hey.
You are immune to all auras of forgetfulness for 24 hours.
I'm gonna activate Beetle, and we're going to leave and go into the room.
2 action stride?
Yep.
Very well. It's a tight
Can
fit.
you,
I got you.
Can you squeeze him in for me?
I got you.
That's our turn.
Okay. This creature is not under any effects, is it?
He just has the dazzle.
which gives concealment.
Yeah, it makes if he attacks anybody, he has to do a flat check
Okay.
against them. Everybody's concealed towards him.
Zian, he can see you, can't he?
I think so.
But you're just out of reach. Okay. It would step to here. Swing at Zian. The dazzle is overcome. He strikes you for a 24.
He hits me.
Got your shield?
Nope, I have nothing in my hands right now.
21 damage.
So low.
It then turns the blade. Striking from you, you see the shards scatter across you and hitting the ground. It then raises its hilt up. You see red mist begin to gather on the shards. It rises all the way to the roof in a broken, mangled mess. It twists the hilt downwards, and it stabs the sword directly into Katai's chest. For a crit.
I'll use a card.
Oh. Okay. Prevent all of the damage. And you take half the damage instead. Do you reach out and try to capture the shards? With your
He
shield?
would probably do something very stupid, and I think this is going to put me down anyway.
Mhm.
So he would just probably get in the way or try to.
Okay. If you want to do so. So I will roll the damage. It is a crit. Or does it roll crit damage?
You just do damage, and I just take half.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be crit damage.
46.
I am down.
But you prevent all damage to Katai, correct?
From that strike, yes.
And that's all three of its turns, or actions. Step, strike, strike.
I could
Hmm?
I could use the hero card to protect Katai from dying. Well, we'll see what happens.
And I get moved right below Fang.
Okay. Katai.
Okay, here's a recovery check.
Failure.
She's dying 3.
It loses an action. It loses another action due to slow. Before it excitedly brings down its blade on Katai. The 38.
All right. She'll use her last hero point to stabilize and without gaining a wounded.
Okay. Does that bring her up to wounded 2?
No, she's just stabilized, unconscious at 0 with only wounded 1. It just gives her it resets everything pretty much.
Okay. A shining light billows out from Katai's chest. Like a dawn. Blinding it for a moment. And it stabs down within for the wounds. You watch as though reflexively, Katai's arms and armor and blade try and fight back. It brings down its, well, that's its last action. Ross, you hear your allies smack into the ground in the next room. What do you do?
That's an excellent question.
Okay, yeah.
I guess I turn back. Jobin. Come in. Come in. Ross. Action. Sits. Going prone. And cries.
Okay. Jobin,
He's gonna sustain the applause. He's gonna cast another spell.
what's that?
Illusionary creature.
Oh, no way.
All right. So, I summon an illusionary creature, and I'm going to choose this one right here for it to be a target them. It places a creature in combat. Let me see here. Illusionary image of a large or smaller creature generates the appearance, sound, smell, and feels, believes it touch. The image can't speak, but you can use your actions to speak through it. When the spell is distinguished voice, appropriate social performance to movement creature. In combat, the illusion can use 2 actions per turn, which it uses when you sustain the spell. It uses your spell attack modifier. It's essential enough that it can flank other creatures. Illusion can cause damage by taking the target believes the illusionist attack is real, but it cannot otherwise direct affect the physical world. Illusion creature hits with a strike, target takes damage, and the illusion strike's non-lethal if the damage to monster.
What are you bringing?
All right, so I'm gonna make it look like we saw I guess I'll make it look like the what is her name? Zisui, the monastery
Founder?
a founder, holding I guess a dagger. And I'm gonna have it be right here. And for its 2 actions for summoning it, actually, does it get the 2 actions when you summon it? 2 actions per turn, which it uses when you sustain the spell. Uses your so only when I sustain it.
Okay.
You can immediately sustain a spell after you cast it.
I don't have any more actions because I already sustained the applause. All right, so yeah, I'll summon it there, and hopefully they'll focus on it.
Zihui appears, and the creature's head, the wicker cage, spins on its axle. The bloated body tilts back.
Now that I think about it, I'll make it. It's a 500-foot range. I'll make it pop up over here. Yeah.
Okay. And you hear it speak. I remember all of you. As it stares at her, and it begins to clearly focus on her.
Jobin calls out to the one. We have to save them. Don't give up. All right, that's his turn.
Bang. What do you do?
Bang is gonna stride to here. He's going to reach into his backpack and pull out a scroll, and he puts a hand on Ross's shoulder, and he says, he coughs up blood all over your face. Use this. It could help them. And that's my turn.
Okay. Zian, roll me a recovery check. Dying 1. S1. Let's see. Yes, he will turn. He will move. He will be angry as he moves forward. I remember your lies. As it begins to move forward. And it will go to slash at her.
Still dazzled for this.
Quitting it.
All right. It doesn't have any HP. It's just that if he interacts with it, it doesn't react. I'm gonna, it doesn't react. He gets a chance to try and disbelieve it, which I believe is
Seek action.
seek action against my DC, my spellcasting DC.
So perception.
Yeah. So perception check against my against a 22. Hopefully, does Dazzle mess up seek actions a bit? I don't know.
Oh, wait. Is that the one that clapped?
No.
The one that clapped has a negative to perception.
Dazzle doesn't do anything to seeking.
35.
All right. He disbelieves.
Illusion doesn't go away. That one will just disbelieve it, yeah.
Yeah. He realizes it's an illusion, but it stays there. It's just that he knows it's an illusion.
Okay. It stares listlessly, confused at this sight. And I'm gonna make a will save to see which one it goes for. It'll attack her again with a natural 1. And be dazzled. As it blindly swings out in a rage, unable to hit this illusion. Katai.
Is unconscious but not dying.
So the round just passes.
Can you delay when you're unconscious?
You don't get any actions.
Yeah, delay is delay is a free action.
Okay. This creature is going to sit there. Tap 3 times. And swing. For a crit.
All right. She is dying 3.
Oh! Ross.
And no hero points, so
All out. Last chance. Ross, what do you do?
She still has a heal though, right?
The one you just gave me.
No, I'm saying Katai, I think she still has 1 heal.
yeah, she still has 1 heal. She just has to get up. The problem is that she's at the beginning of the round. Like her turn is always passing. She doesn't get a turn before when she wakes up.
All right. Fang a small little hope, I guess, to Ross. Ross will like, stand up and strong, right out.
Also, they're no longer dazzled.
Okay.
Kind of hoping you were right there.
What's your plan, Ross?
I don't have a plan. That's a problem.
I'll make it easy for you. You should heal Katai. That way she can get up and move on her turn. And yes, it sucks that she might get swung at, but it's the only chance we got to get everybody out of here.
Problem is, I
Takes
can't
2
this
actions to
turn.
heal.
You can get her with a 1 action heal, right?
Yeah,
Gotta be
next
touch.
to her.
So I'm gonna try and I have what you call it, illusionary creatures level 2. I can cast it again, and what I'm planning to do is make it be we also saw actual Tansy Jing at the when we had our thing. So I'm gonna make an illusion of that even behind this one because it's a 500-foot range. So hopefully this will run after it.
All right. I'm gonna. Gosh, these things have 15-foot range. It's stride.
Wisdom save. Oh, no.
Oh no!
You're good. Continue.
Oh. All right, I get to here and tears out his face just to the next person.
Wait, do you have reach spell?
Yes, that also takes an action though.
So I mean, you could 1 action reach spell and then use that to do a 1 action heal 30 feet.
Why wouldn't
Yeah.
you just 2 action heal at 30 feet?
Oh, that's true.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
have
that's
the
true.
I didn't have the
Yeah.
reach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that your turn, Ross?
That's my turn.
Jobin.
All right. He's gonna draw on the. He's gonna sustain the
Clap.
clapping. He's going to draw on this final magic from Mushi for today to recast a 2nd level spell. He's gonna recast. So since I'm not sustaining it, at the end of my turn, this one is the illusion is gonna fade. As it fades away, I want right behind it, out here. Where can it? It can probably see out here. I'm gonna have it be the Tansweejin, the one who we saw on the thing. But I'm gonna try and make the illusion not look like she has a hole in her heart.
Good call.
And I'm gonna look like she is what do we know? I guess, can you give me a description of what she looked like when we saw her on the altar on the rock?
How's that for an illusionary version? She looked ready to fight.
All right, she looks like
Yeah.
she's ready to fight. All right.
You can see she is a bold, powerful hero. Someone who has been said was a hero that achieved enlightenment. If you want to summon a spectral version of her, then I'm totally fine with that. Or a real illusion for it, but to you all, you can see its blemishes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. It's farther back. So this one like fades, like, they slashed into it and, realized it was illusion. It faded away. And then another one popped up over here. And I want to make him, okay, I got an idea. I'm going to make them look like when they appear, they were the ones making the illusion.
Okay. She cockily, holds her chin up, puts her hand away as though her magic's faded, and then smiles. And readies herself for a fight. The creature just
and it's tied to
stares
this
up.
one.
Tied to that one. You got it. Excellent. All right. Is it your turn, Jobin?
Yeah, it's just Mushi does have a single action.
Yep.
Independent action. So Mushi's gonna fly. It says I'm inside of a wall for Mushi. Can you move them? Yeah, they're gonna fly towards Ross, next to Sia.
How far is their speed?
They're 40 feet. They have a 40-foot fly speed.
All right.
All right, that's his turn.
Fang. Safety.
Beetle's gonna move to see if Fang can get an angle here. It's unlikely. Not a good one.
If somebody can get Katai up for her turn.
Oh, legendary
I got
angle.
an angle.
Legendary angle. Perfect. What you got?
Yeah, this storm hasn't been quelled yet. Here we go. This is a thunder strike.
Okay.
Penetrating the roof if you'd allow it.
There is a hole in the roof.
Yeah,
This
right
one,
through it.
Okay. And you're going for this guy?
Yeah, the one next to Katai. I want him to be. I'm like this. I just kind of want to confuse him.
Yeah. A tendril of lightning will strike him in the top of the cage head. It bathes down the side of it, and yeah, we'll take the damage. I take 7.
All right. That's my turn.
Perfect.
I'll pull out my potion with my last action.
It looks up confused, and you hear it say, I remember the rain. Zien. All right, stabilized. This one here.
Nope. Mushi will get Sia.
Oh.
Ross. So if you can get to Katai next round.
This creature will move forward to get into range of 10 sui, and will swing with its great blade downwards in a ferocious fury. Alright, this is going to be a strike. 24?
I mean, yeah, it
It hits no
interacted
matter
with
what.
it, so it
Yeah.
Yeah, it interacted with him, so it can.
Perception?
Yeah, perception. Oh no, it doesn't have an AC. It's a 22.
Okay.
It's
perfect.
my DC, spell DC.
The 24 will hit.
Yeah.
And it rolled a 32.
All right, disbelieves it.
You know what the perfect bit is?
What?
You put it just at a range of Katai, so it has to step back into the room and lose an action.
Okay.
All right, with a smile on her face, or what you imagine the great hero of the region would smile like, she disappears. And the creature whips back around, silently striding forward. To here.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on.
Yeah.
The creature hits with a strike. Okay.
They take mental damage, right?
No,
Oh, the
so
illusion. Oh.
hitting if they hit it, it actually gets hit. And they have to actually use an action to disbelieve it. Touches the image or uses
Yeah.
a seek action to examine it can attempt to disbelieve the illusion.
So it swings,
the creature-
realizing nothing happens, and then takes an action to try
Yeah,
to
then it takes an
understand.
action. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's lost its actions. That's it for the turn. It
Mhm.
realizes what's been done.
Yeah.
Katai.
All right, Katai's
Dying
recovery
3.
check.
Yep, dying 3.
Oh my goodness, this could be it. She doesn't have any hero points left.
But she does
Oh
have.
no.
She does have Die Hard.
Yeah, so she's a dying 4.
Dying 4, and Die Hard will keep her alive.
But if she takes a hit, she's dead.
Correct.
And hopefully this thing goes after Ross instead of Katai.
That is the question. Ross, you see this creature let out a... As it slowly claps. Gripping the hilt, the shards begin to pull away from Zien and Katai, and it begins to draw. Is there any way that you would like to distract it? Or anything that you would like to say? By the way, Ross and Fang, you are both given an ID dice.
Yes, he'll speak towards it.
I appreciate it, but I have people that need it more.
that
Thank you.
that you couldn't keep Kitai down if you wanted. She would be back. She's that strong. So why don't you come towards someone who believes in an end?
I'm gonna allow you a free action on this listless, hot, strange creature. As a reaction, if you're willing to spend it, to make me a bon mot.
Okay.
To determine the success or failure of this.
It's a diplomacy check, right?
I'll see. Okay, yeah.
This will have no effect statistic-wise. I just want you to make the roll via the bon mot. 33.
18.
Is that ID dice?
If you do, you would have a better chance of doing something here. At the moment, you're just going to make it distracted when it attacks. 37 is a critical success, which is enough for it to turn its head away from that delicious spirit that begins to pull from Katai, as it's tried over and over and over again to carve it out. It's just not working. And so it will stride. Up to you. And heave its great blade up, broken and shattered. What do you do, Ross, in the face of this monster?
I try not to, quiver.
Good. Let's see if you forget if you're even here. Well done. Take your turn as you please.
Reaction heal.
Is that better than...
Mushi can
Because
get.
Mushi's gonna get Zien, I think,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I can feed him a potion. He has manual dexterity, and I can give him an action to do it.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, because I'm not sure if it's worth the extra action or not compared to.
I mean, it will give you extra health to take care of that one hit. It will heal Katai, and it will get CN up. So I mean, maybe, but then also you also have that one extra. If you don't, you can heal one and then run away. That's another thing you can do. So
Yeah,
then
because I can step away. Everyone will go before he goes again. So
yeah.
it's the other one in the hallway that we'll have to worry about. I'm gonna make a 2 action tie. The scroll that was given to me.
All right. She is no longer dying and is only wounded 2.
Oh. I guess let's move and hopefully wrap that other one. This is such a struggle with Katai's
We just have to be able to get Katai to go first.
That's impossible unless I'm farther back, but if I'm not, the other thing's gonna come up and whack her again. Oh,
Okay.
die. I'm more mad at her dying than I have in weeks. Alright, I'm gonna stride.
Where are you striding to?
Or I can motivate Katai to freaking move. I'm gonna move here. That way this thing can save me at least. That's my turn.
Pockets has given a Kataya dice. I don't think it'll get used, but
Thank you, Pockets.
Jobin.
All right. Sustain the applause on that one. Give command Mushi. Mushi's gonna first action grab the potion off of Cian, and then second action feed him potion.
Roll it.
All right, Cian, you can go ahead and use the potion on your inventory.
Three HP. And you are awakened.
All right. One action left. This one is still fascinated by me, right?
Yes.
Because I'm still sustaining the thing. All right, he's gonna call out to it and says, "Why do you keep messing with them? Aren't you interested in me?"
You watch as its wicker cage turns, with so many targets, so many people around it. It's enticed almost as much into Katai as it is to you, and even to Ross.
I'm willing to use my last action to try and entice it.
Please do. Make me a diplomacy check.
The skills. Oh, there's proficiencies. Diplomacy. Cool.
It seems all so much distracted by Ross.
Okay.
Fang.
Alright. chip damage, baby.
If you do anything to block. Oh, you know what? Oh man, I should have ran up and closed that door.
It's fine.
Anything else in your other action?
No.
Zian. Oh,
It's be able to move. Actually,
go for it.
Jobin close. Oh, Jobin's so far. Fang's gonna put a potion on the ground.
Okay. Works for me.
All right.
Zian, what do you do?
Well, boys, I am pretty much tapped. So
Yeah,
first
get up and
action is get up. And then
Do you have any more potions on you?
Nope, and he runs away.
Right.
Second action, third action, we move into the
Into
whatever
the
this is.
library?
Yeah,
Sanctuary.
that's my turn.
Safety.
Okay.
If I can get in there.
Yeah,
Where's
I
the
got
door?
it. I got it.
Okay.
As you run forward, Zian, as soon as you cross this threshold, those whispers in your ear immediately disappear. Your mind feels clarified. This place, it breathes safety into you. Security. But that is not the end of this combat. For this creature is looking this way. There is a fight behind it, but it saw many things. It has become distracted. I will roll a will save, because these things might just forget why it entered a different room, as it has crossed into another area. 21. It will lose an action, remembering what it is doing, before it suddenly turns around and strides forward. The question is, who would it strike? Ross,
Yeah.
you're the younger, right?
No, I think I'm older.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
Ross
you're
was the older brother.
Sounds good.
I'm older than Katai.
Okay. He will swing down on Kitai.
Hopefully he misses. She's not unconscious, so it doesn't have the minus. Doesn't. Oh my goodness!
What the actual fuck?
It brings the blade up and brings it down. And you all watch as Katai suddenly grips their blade and she puts it in front of her, and you all hear the sudden clang as her blade at her side blocks the attack.
Let's hope she
Ben.
makes this will save.
But that's not the end of combat, as she struggles against its broken blade. Katai, roll me a will save.
Alright.
She has a 20-foot speed. I just remembered she only has a 20-foot speed.
That's a success. Katai may have one full turn.
Alright, it's just 3 actions. Alright, stand up. First action. She's gonna stride 20 feet. Hold on, let me just check something here. Hmm. Is it worth doing the other stride, or should she just 2-action heal into herself so she can probably take another hit and then run next round?
She needs
Only
to
got one action
take like 2 hits.
You only got one more action left.
Wait, I thought
Okay,
she had
who's
2.
gonna-
She stood up.
Yeah, she
Made
have
the
one
well-
more action.
Made
Yeah,
the
yeah,
well stood up.
yeah. She can 1-action heal herself, or she can run. I think the run is better than the 1-action heal.
Yeah, just run, and as long as it doesn't, if she gets dropped again, Fang can pull her into the door.
Okay, she gets right here.
Okay.
That circles the potion.
This one.
Okay.
Claps 3 times. Slowed by your raucous music. It's somewhere else in here at the same time, but that doesn't stop it from bringing out its blade and skewering you through the wall. Ross, that'll be a critical
that
hit
hits.
for 50 damage.
Oh my god!
But your orc ferocity is the only reason you are still standing. Tell me, how would this look as a broken, sharded blade enters your chest?
Oh, I get pinned against the wall, and it's just shoving against the blade, knocking it from him, and a little bit of my castification seals the rune.
It draws the blade from you, and you watch as the butterflies begin to flow. And you hear it speak to you. Do you remember me? What do you do?
Assuming I'm saving, will save.
Will save, because you're close enough to it, it's starting to drain your mind.
Or you have an ID dice.
You do have an ID dice. If you critically fail, I am so sorry.
It's just a failure. You still have your 2-action.
Grave orc.
I do have a hero point. Oh, I should
Ooh.
re-roll it.
No, man, because you might roll a 1. You have your 2 actions. Just take the 2 actions inside the room.
All right.
Okay. Your closeness to death is the only reason that pushes you through. You turn your head, and you run.
I do.
Okay. You enter into the hidden library. Into what semblance of safety you've ever seen in this monastery. Jobin, you have to get out of this. What do you do?
All right. Which one is going to go? It's going to be the one that has full action. Okay. Cian's in. Everybody's in except for Katai and Jobin. All right. Jobin's going to first action. What you call it? Sustain the applause.
Mm-hmm.
Second action, command Mushi. I can't see him, but I know he's over here somewhere. He's going to fly into the room.
Okay. The ink worm flows into the room.
All right. I have 1 action left.
You gonna get out of there? They could stride up and kill you.
Well, this one will have to stride up, and then it can't do anything. This one will probably have to stride maybe 2 times.
Joe, get in the room.
But if that one's gonna go up and knock Katai down, and then we're gonna be at this again.
I'll
I'll probably take 1 hit.
I need you guys to get out of the way. I'll pull her in.
Okay, you'll be able to pull her in? Okay. All right. Jobin runs into the room. Last action.
Finally, the fear takes. You listen to your allies and you run. You did everything in your power, Jobin, and it's only because of you are your two friends still alive. Fang.
Jumping back up one more tile.
Jobin, do you keep going?
You go one more.
Do I have any more movement? Yeah, I could do one more movement. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Fang is going to reach down and pick up the ceiling. Let me delete my circle. Beetle is going to step to here. Fang is going to use 2 actions to ready and interact, close the door, as soon as Zian gets Katai into the room.
Okay. Zian, you hear the stomping. What do you do?
First action is we're going to move right back out next to Katai. He's going to grab her as a second action. We're going to maneuver her closer to... He's going to try to pull her into the room, essentially.
Okay.
I guess reposition's probably the best one for this.
It is. I don't think she would resist you.
That's okay. She's not going to. So she's 5 feet closer.
Mm-hmm.
Unless that's a crit.
It's not.
It's not.
Dang.
You have ID dice?
Yeah, you have ID dice.
I do. I'll have to spend it.
Oh, let's
Yeah,
go.
if you get 2, you gotta get a 2.
It's you or higher.
Got to get a 2. You just cursed it, Dom.
Nope. And there
you
it
go.
is.
All right, 10 feet in.
I used my ready reaction to close the door.
So one action move, second action reposition 10 feet, last action move in, Fang closes the door.
And you're left with silence.
Guys, I think we need a second break.
Guys, I think we don't tell Katai what happened, and we just
she's
send
watching.
her-
They showed up at the
Yeah,
end of the pod. They're
keep
not
telling
allowed
her
to listen.
sorry.
Nothing happened.
No, I'm saying we just keep telling her it's sorry, and then they go and they watch the video, and they're like the whole time they just think they're dead. God damn.
Oh. Okay. And so you
What's
end.
that miss?
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, it's a room filled with light. A room filled with untouched books. Wood that has still stood the test of time. Spiderwebs cling to the ceiling, but only due to cobwebs and dust and time. And a skeleton lies slumped with a skull, pressed into a book. Nothing moves towards the door. Nothing slams at it. It's like the moment you're out of sight, they just forgot. Or perhaps they just can't see you anymore. And you can breathe. Truly breathe in clean air in this room. I assume you're all just looking at each other at the moment.
I hate bookcases so much.
Fang is licking Beetle's wounds.
Jovin's just laid on the ground, laying down, looking up in the air, breathing heavily. He's on his back. I thought we were gonna. Oh my goodness.
It's a good thing that we asked where safety was.
sealed the door. You are safe here. A voice that changes from both masculine to feminine speaks, though it's as if each corner of the room that it speaks from, the voice changes.
Well, thank you, whoever you are.
I am Yen Rui, the last of the monks. You got it on perfectly, Chopin. Why? Why would you come here? I cannot see outside my room.
Founder. Told us about this place. The monastery is corrupted.
Yes. It was corrupted before I died. But why did you come here?
To the monastery. To cleanse it. Get answers. This room.
Willowshore's in danger.
Yes, Willowshore is in danger.
I cannot help you. Not outside this room. My lives are tied here. My death. But I spent every last breath until I starved, understanding what the monastery had become. I collected all the information from Zihui, every secret ritual, every note, and I sealed myself here. You may use this place, my rest, to rest. You may peruse my knowledge and our monasteries. But I cannot help your village.
You're already helping it by helping us.
Place to rest is good enough. No one sleeps though.
What? I need to sleep.
You may sleep here. The Nindoru cannot see you here.
Oh, that's nice.
Mhm. After hearing that, this place is safe, kind of all the tension kind of leaves Jobin with a big sigh. He's gonna start. He looks around, seeing the books and scrolls. think he'll start perusing.
One thing is noticed by you, Jobin. Perhaps it's why you can let your breath out. Ross's scarf is still billowing. There's an undead in your presence.
I guess Jovan was gonna like take a moment to like kind of concentrate and look around and see if we can kind of see them.
Give me a recall knowledge, not just a perception check. You see books, pages flipping, moving around, as though something is moving things. Books to be seen first. You've heard of this kind of creature. This is not a ghost, but it seems you're in the presence of a poltergeist. An invisible, restless spirit that can only spend its time interacting and manipulating the physical objects of the world. And poltergeists are usually created through perishing in a way that has led to or from extreme emotional trauma.
The voice did say they perished while the place was being corrupted.
Mm-hmm.
See. Oh, Yin, Uri, can you tell us what happened to the monastery? You said you were here when it was corrupted. What exactly happened?
Yes, I can tell you. I was here when I was alive. I fought to the end to resist the corruption. Zihui passed. There was only one who could lead, who was almost like her, almost enlightened. None of us opposed. She was more. She knew her lives. We trusted her smile. Zun Yui was our friend. Her greatest student. But she was impatient. Young. Despite having so many lives and seeing them all, I believe this made her vulnerable to Kukapti's promise. She was the first. She guided the rest of us. Only a few realized Zihui would not have approved that it was the rot underneath. Kukapti's teachings became this monastery's plight. We fought back, the few of us. The other monks were turned into undead abominations to guard this place. And the ones that did not and followed
Zinue found their promised freedom, they were turned into the Nindoru.
From what she's saying, can I assume that the Nindoru are these weird butterfly creatures that we've been seeing?
Yes,
Butterfly monsters.
You,
Okay.
you seem to be able to understand from the sentience that they had, from what they've said, the realization has probably come to you that these creatures with the red butterflies that you found around here seem to be called Nindoru.
And what it sounds like is that they are people who probably were followers of Saint Pachid who got corrupted into believing into Kugapti.
Do you ask this?
That's what's going on in Jobin's head, and I guess he would say that out loud.
Worse. I have it all here. This monastery was aware of Nindoru. They are new in this world, and yet somehow always present. A new form of being, not dead, not alive, not undead. Something entirely other. A book slides off one of the shelves as more begin to show themselves. These are my records. My studies, her studies, of Nindoru. Study them. But if you wish for me to paraphrase, I will. I spent my last breaths here, trying to understand Kugapti. But Ji Hui knows. I just wish I could have asked her for guidance.
Jobin will say, we saw her spirit. She's the one who told us that we needed to told us about this location and the sort of a way to cleanse the shrine, the monastery. But yes, please let us know what happened here. You don't have to paraphrase. You can let us know everything. Jobin pushed up his glasses.
The shrines. Of course, the shrines. Your beetle. It's the child. I understand now. Of course, she would never leave us. You must purify the rest of the statues. What I do not know, she does. She can help your Willowshore. I cannot. But I will help you against the Nindorus. And I will teach you what I know. She begins to pull books. He begins to draw more and more, bringing them towards the table, stacking them while speaking. Beautiful, large tomes, scrolls, scrawls, pictures, descriptions. Do you have any direct questions to ask about Nindorus, Sengpachi, or the monastery? Or would you like me to start giving you information that she would think is important to learn?
I guess while Jobin's gonna flip through the books and then I guess let us know what she thinks is important, and then maybe next session we can think of some questions.
For sure. I also do wish for Muffins to be here to hear the important bits, so I won't go
Yeah.
too far into it.
Okay.
But
I think she's in chat too. So.
oh, you're in channel. I'm down.
Yeah, she's in chat.
Okay. In that case, she begins to pull things, books, scrolls. You see one big tome called Watchers of the Cycle that she puts very directly onto the table. You see she puts a big collection, a small collection, but big in terms of what could be related to one teachings of Sangpat. It seems to have things of Sangpachi, scrolls of Nindorus, religion and philosophy filled with it. It's a lot to take in. But something to more immediate power. You see a sealed case. About the size of a vase itself, it's large and clearly wax sealed. And she puts it onto the table in front of you all. Within this vase, within this, you will find the ancient powers of Sangpachi. I know not if you know to use all of them, but some of these were brought here by Fang, our gardener. Others collected by Zihui herself over enlightenment. It is the manipulation of fate, life, luck, and the sky, as well as the focus of what makes someone them. Within this book, here, Watchers of the Cycle, this will provide you with the rituals of our land. Formulas for calling upon the gods of Shenmen. It may aid your settlement. These practices have not been used since the monastery's absence. And some have never been shown, even amongst the monks here at all. Take them. Use them.
Okay. Katai had a question about if there's a way to reverse the Nindoru corruption that's affecting people, to turn them back.
You misunderstand. There is no corruption. Not in those people. Not in Nindorus. Nindorus are made willingly. Someone must accept their destruction. There is no reversing them. You cannot turn back their wheel. They have shattered it. The promise of Nindoru is to shatter the wheel of Sangpachi and to free all from the cage of life and death. All Nindorus form fully grown from souls who have abandoned the very concept of reincarnation or life after death and judgment. But the most powerful come from the souls of fallen Sangpots that have turned their back on the cycle of life and death, but no soul can accidentally become an Indoru. The choice to abandon the cycle and expose one's immortal soul to such a fate, it takes complex rituals to ensure that their soul breaks free from the world. And it must be made freely while alive. I imagine deception and trickery can delude tragic figures without knowing its true end. If you wish to see an Indoru, they have all shared one trait. The butterflies. They gather in the hollow spaces of their bodies. They crawl fully formed from their flesh, and to many I have studied, the butterfly is a symbol of transformation and change. From a caterpillar into a free butterfly. But there is no caterpillar, no larva, no transformation. They are just made, broken. I believe they are a physical manifestation of their broken soul. But others have postulated they are their stray thoughts, without a mind to linger in anymore. They do not live long beyond their host, but some are able to use them to deadly effect to affect the minds of others, their souls themselves.
I see. Well, Joe's gonna look at everybody and say, we have a place to rest and a lot of information to look through. And I guess Joe will start looking through these this case of items that and rituals that were placed here.
Okay. You are shown the
I
depiction
was
of
muted.
Nindorus.
Yep. Yeah, Fang is opening up the case.
Good things.
That's
The Mars, man. Oof.
That
yep.
is some crazy art.
I know. That is what the page
That art go
describes.
hard.
That is the page that describes Nindoru. The beginning of it. Their descriptions.
Yeah, so somebody willingly decides to break from the cycle and turns into those, and then that thing is made.
It is said to be an amalgamation of all of their past lives and futures. Broken. Stripped of the cycle. Now, what questions you guys have is a ton. There is going to be a lot of information coming the next session, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of new abilities. There's a lot to learn, and some new spells, because the cases you unseal it are filled with scrolls of powerful Sangpachi, ritual, spells that are brand new to the system. I can sit down with you and start discussing some. But the two that are marked with a fox paw, I can describe to you now if you'd like.
Yeah, if everyone doesn't mind.
Taking
staying
some
later
time.
to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go to him.
I'm going to say that right now, the session is over. If you need to get some rest, by all means, but because this is such an info dump and new abilities, I'm totally fine. But I'm going to go through some of these Sangpachi spells that you guys now have access to. Now, they are powerful. They are rank 4. So you'll need to either wait for them to use them and add them in, but give me one moment.
Next level.
One of the books, however, The Watchers of the Cycle, is filled with not 2, not 4, not something small. That thing is filled with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different rituals. 5 of them are brand new to this setting. So, if you have a ritualist among your party, I'm looking left, I'm looking right. It's Katai. Katai can take the book that is written by the String family and the family that watched over this monastery as their inheritance. Okay. Now the new spells. I won't get into the huge amount of discussion of Nindoru, their powers, because you're gonna be able to ask questions and you're gonna be allowed to read through them because this person studied them. But let's focus on the spells by their primal nature first. Do you mind going through, Fang, and we do the ones that are themed for you?
I would be happy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm done.
Here is the first one. Do you mind me displaying it for everybody, or do you want to keep them private?
I mean, Fang's pretty private, but only about certain things. And I think you would know what those are. So unless they are regarding those things, then you can reveal them.
They are not. So I can reveal them. There are 3 of them that are primal. Those are the ones that you're able to use yourself. Sound good?
Yep.
First one. Life's Fresh Bloom. The ground around you blooms with life, sprouting sparkling grass, flowers, and small shrubs. Each living and non-Nindoru creature that starts its turn standing on the ground recovers a d6 hit points every turn, and gains a +5 status bonus to its speed until the end of its next turn. Nindoru fiends and undead that start their turn in the area of Life's Fresh Bloom instead become sickened unless they succeed a fortitude saving throw. And it does heighten. And any questions on that one?
Oh, it's pretty good.
That's pretty good, isn't it? It is primal and divine. So your divine casters and your primal casters can use that one.
Katai can learn it.
Mm-hmm. Next.
Big Ross.
Sacred Nimbus. Oh, that's the scroll. I apologize. Hold on. A holy spell that is primal and divine. You summon a small, fluffy white nimbus cloud that floats 10 feet above the ground and rains down pleasantly warm, sanctified water. The rain deals 5d6 spirit damage to fiends, undead, and creatures that have a weakness to holy in the area until the end of your turn. When you sustain the spell, you can move the cloud at a 15-foot speed, anywhere within the spell's range. The water dissipates as it makes contact with any creatures or surfaces, leaving only a bit of humidity in its place.
That is the coolest spell I've
Isn't
ever
it?
read.
Isn't it? I was so excited for all of these. Okay. And we'll do the last one that you can use, Fang. This one is also a cult. This one is a cult and primal. So I think, Ross, you can use this one, right?
I think Ross is a cult, yeah.
Tomorrow's Dawn.
I'm divine.
Oh, you're divine. Okay.
Oh, you're divine, okay.
Yeah.
The golden light of a new dawn and the promise of life beyond death radiates from your body. You cast bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20. You gain mental resistance 5, and any Nindoru fiend or undead that begins its turn adjacent to you must attempt a will save. On a critical success, it's immune. On a success, it's sickened. On a failure, it becomes sickened and slowed. And on critical failure, it gets sickened too and remains slowed for the entire duration of the spell, which is sustained up to 1 minute.
Wow. Become the sun.
Tomorrow's sun. All right, that's the 3 that you are able to use. There's a spell scroll of each of them. If you want, I can put all 3 in your inventory. Or I'm going to put it in this party stash. Sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, because I assume you're taking them from Zihui's stash. All right, so we got Scroll of Sacred Nimbus. Tomorrow's Dawn.
If you guys don't use them and spend some downtime, I think it's an hour per spell rank. You guys can just add it to your list.
Mm-hmm. And Life's Fresh Bloom. All right, I'm going to move on. Now, this one is just occult. So I don't think anyone... Oh, no, it's arcane and occult. I apologize. I'm lying to you all. All right, so Jobin, you can use this one, right?
Yep.
All right. Entangle Fate. You cause a swirl of energy to entangle the fates of all caught within the blast. Each creature in the area must attempt a will save. On a critical success, they're unaffected. On a success, their fates become distorted and momentary conflicting glimpses of the immediate future cause the creature to become off guard until the start of its next turn. On failure, as success, but the creature is off guard until... for the duration of the spell. If one or more of the targets failed to resist the spell, they also become stupefied. So it only takes one person that is hit by the blast to fail for all of them to be hit by stupefy.
That's pretty cool.
On a critical failure, they become enfeebled and clumsy on top of all of that. Now, something it doesn't list here. This is good for you to know, Jobin. It targets 2 to 4 creatures and lasts for 3 rounds.
Okay. Is it a cone or AoE or just you just
It is
pick 2 to 4
30
creatures?
feet of you. You pick 2 to 4 creatures.
Okay.
You have to pick at least 2, though.
Yeah.
Because you're entangling the fates of multiple creatures at once.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So if any critically fail, if one critically fails, they all become
Yes.
enfeebled and clumsy.
Yes.
That's crazy. That's so much debuffs.
You can manipulate a creature who has a low will save and put the other one on the boss, for example. And if the little guy fails, the boss is hit by it.
Yep.
Next one. This one I find very interesting. And I'm curious to see how it goes. Prophet's Luck. This is arcane and divine. So Ross and Katai and Jobin can use it. It is a reaction within 60 feet. The trigger is that you or a creature within range attempt a saving throw against an obvious threat. And you prophesize the result of the triggering saving throw as either success, including critical success, or failure, including critical failure. That target just gets a +1 bonus to the save if you say success, or a -1 if you say failure. And if you get it correct, you get a +1 saving throw to all saving throws. Because it favors you. If you predict incorrectly, Fature spurns the target, imparting a -1.
Ooh, that's risky.
The heightened makes it -2, +2, and -3, and +3.
How long does it last for the saving? What's the duration for the +1 and the +2? If you succeed on calling it.
Let's see. I don't see it in the Foundry version. So let me
Does
look
the spell have a duration?
It doesn't.
So as a reaction, you or a creature within range attempts a saving throw on the opposite.
I think it's just on that save.
Yeah. The target gains +1 or minus a +1 if you get it correct. If you predict incorrectly, fortune spurns you, imparting a -1 to its save.
Yeah, so you either use
I
it
found it.
on enemies or you use it on.
It didn't list it within the spell on Foundry, but it's 10 minutes.
Okay.
So +1 saving throw to all of your saves for 10 minutes, or a -1 on all your saving throws for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's
It is
a
both
50
is both a fortune and misfortune effect. So you could use it to cancel one of those out.
Yes, you could. All right. The last spell is arcane and occult. Wall of Mirrors. You create a solid wall of shimmering reflective glass up to 50 feet long and 20 feet high. The wall is an inch thick and stands vertically. You must create the wall in an unbroken open space. The edges don't pass through any creatures or objects, or the spell is lost. Each 10 foot by 10 foot section has AC of 10, hardness 10, and 40 hit points, and it's immune to critical hits and precision damage. Everything on each side of the wall is concealed from creatures on the opposite side. If a creature strikes the wall causes the creature to endure the mental anguish of that attack's pain as well, and they take 4d4 mental damage, and can resist this damage with a basic will save. It is a wall that bites back for someone hitting it, or trying to break through it.
Okay.
I will add all 3 of these, again, into the inventory.
What rank?
4, 4, and 4.
These are all 4.
4, 4,
Okay,
and 4.
everything's 4.
Everything's
All
4.
right, so I won't be able to learn it until next level.
Yep.
In terms of using the scrolls, though, as long as the spell is on your spell list, you can use the scroll.
Cool.
It could be even no matter what level higher or lower it is from you. There's no check. Found
Can
that
you
out the other
learn a
day.
level 4 spell if you're not a level 4 caster?
No.
Okay. You should be able to access them now within your stash if you want to go look at them. They were just clogging up the chat a little bit there.
Multiple people learn from the same scroll.
Yeah. The scroll doesn't get disintegrated when you learn from it.
Now, Watchers of the Cycle has 5 brand new rituals. I could go over them with you guys, but it isn't you that's going to use them, I believe, right? And it is the String Family book.
So I mean, if we can learn rituals, I mean, anybody who you don't have to be a spellcaster to learn a ritual. So I mean, we can all learn them, but whoever casts them, we probably would want to pick the best person to be the caster.
The ritualist just has to,
which is probably going to be Katai. Yeah. Katai just has a better chance to do it.
Yeah, Katai has the ritualist archetype.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Do you guys want to hear about them, or are you guys good for the night?
we could save him for Katai.
Okay.
Yeah, we can save him for Katai when she cuts back.
Okay. Sounds good. The rest of the stuff here is a plethora of collected knowledge of Sengpachi and Nendoru lore, as well as safety. So, I can say, if you guys want to be ready for it, if you guys want to roll it, that's fine, or get all of it done. You will be able to take a night's rest inside the Hidden Library. So, by all means, if you want to get that done between the session, or we can get that done next week, it's fine. All right.
We gotta do enough some
downtime
healing
stuff.
checks to get
healing. Yeah.
Healing checks to get everybody healed up.
Mm-hmm. All right. With all that said and done, what are you guys thinking? You guys like new spells? Well fucking done on surviving the fight. I know I kind of just talked at you guys and kind of we've weaned down from there, but I hope that fight was fun.
We just had a really bad lineup for Katai. Her being in that position in the initiative was the worst.
Yeah, Katai just kept getting ping-ponged too, like between the two monsters. It was rough.
Yep.
But I am so glad that thing critically failed that roaring applause. It was
Yeah, it was clutch.
And
that miss. That fucking miss.
The miss.
Yeah, that
you
miss.
Guys remember the miss?
That miss. Yeah, that miss. That miss saved her. That was the only reason why she stayed alive, is because of that miss.
I still can't believe it.
Yeah.
The dice, man. The dice.
They tell the story. How are you guys feeling about everything?
Good. I'm just glad we made it.
It's rough. I mean, I'm feeling pretty good. I can't wait to summon a cloud.
Yeah, a sacred nimbus
It's the best
cloud.
spell I've ever read.
Yeah, isn't it cool?
Just, but I mean, you got remember, don't use the scroll, because if we use the scroll, it disintegrates, and then we won't be able to learn the spell.
Oh, it's gonna be tough. No, I'm not gonna use it. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I plan
Also,
on,
I found that the highlight when I was looking at them for you guys to have the new tool in your arsenal was Life's Fresh Bloom. Healing
Yeah.
it's
start
so
of your
good.
turn. At the start of your turn, you get to heal every turn if you're within Life's Fresh
5
Bloom.
speed too is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And messes up the
Yeah, and sickened. Like it's really, really good. It's real good.
I'm very happy that the new spells weren't just kind of like super situational like garbage, if that makes sense. You know, because sometimes they can feel like hyper niche, but I could see these.
They're pretty good at putting in spells that are thematic and useful for the campaign that they introduce them in.
Yep.
No spoilers for my Strength of Thousands players, but keep that in mind.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, thank you guys for playing so much. If you guys have any questions, if you guys want to, I was kind of thinking about doing this. If you guys want to do this, because I'm gonna be really clear. There's a lot when it comes down to learning about Sengpachi lore and Nindoru lore. I am totally fine to go through it all in session. Give you guys a break, time to talk, postulate. I want to hear how you guys as characters feel about the information you learn about them, and how the cycle works, and what they are, and what they can do. But if you also want me to give you guys big chunks of information via the Discord, I'm also happy to do that. How you guys feeling about that?
Personally, I'm fine with doing both. I do really like hard written down information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just for like our record, so we remember it, and then also going through it during session.
Okay, works for me. All right. Well, thank you guys for playing so much. I'm gonna end off the stream here. I'm gonna be probably coming back in a second though. More Shadow Tree. You know how it is. But you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it was a little bit touch and go there, but I'll see